Alright, people, we're back. Sorry about that. That was all my fault. I'm not editing shit right in the middle of the stream ever again.
Such an asshole. What? Are we live?
Yeah, we are live. We are definitely live right now. I gotta redo our layout because it got borked because it didn't get saved.
Borked.
Like actual borked. I mean, like that's an actual technical term, I think.
Yeah, let's add that to the list of words that.
You've never heard the word borked?
I've heard of it, but not in your setting. I've heard it from a dog when they go bark.
No, that's bark. B-A-R-K.
No, I live in Finland, so they go Bjork. Bjork.
That's
no,
banned.
That's definitely not Finnish.
It is.
Yeah, that's Swedish.
No, Finnish
That's Swedish.
Go how?
I love that in other countries, like, even the animals speak different languages.
I know.
Yeah, they probably do. Yeah, okay. We should probably be more prepared and, like, have, like, something to talk about when we do this thing.
I
we know
blame
for
you.
next time.
Right. Okay, how about, you know what? Haley, find something interesting on Reddit to discuss.
Oh, God.
We can talk about
It's not
EDC.
politics.
I'm kidding.
Oh god, that's probably just as controversial.
It is? It's a rave. I didn't realize that it was controversial.
Trump's going to it. So
Oh, fuck. Well, in that case, then I'm definitely gonna call, like...
controversial. So yeah, Haley, find a way.
How about this? How about,
I mean...
how about we
let's
talk about, like,
talk
what
about
kind of
our
our
weeks.
goals are for the
It's
stream?
that, or we can discuss what
Sky.
our plans are, like, for this,
For today.
this whole thing. Or, you know, not for today, but for, like, for this whole endeavor that we've got set out with all of our social media and stuff. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
okay.
It's ridiculous how much stuff we've got. Give them some insider knowledge.
Yeah, give them some insider knowledge.
Yo, I'm gonna throw some knowledge at you, brah.
Was that?
Okay.
Well, I guess I will start from
Also-
my point of view, because I got sort of not dragged into this. But let me sort of... So...
I dragged all three of you into this.
But I can... Well, okay, so...
We've all been dragged.
We've been dragged. You know what? In some countries, that's considered, like, political justice, I guess. Drawn and quartered?
Wow,
Is that
I
a
thought
thing?
we weren't going to talk about politics, Steve.
I was doing that as... I was trying to bait you out there, Kiwi. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm not even political. I work in it, and it's just, I'm sick of it.
All
There
right,
we
so
go.
anyway, I guess the short version is, when I joined the D&D group, the whole thing was, like I talked about... I'm like, hey, have you ever streamed this? And then he's like, I don't want to do it. Like, Kiwi was like, I don't want to do that. But then Haley and Skywise were like two little, like, I don't know, like, not fangirls, but they're like in the back, it's like, yeah, great idea, do it. And then Kiwi's
I
like,
don't remember
no,
it like this.
no.
No,
What?
I
No?
don't remember ever being that enthusiastic ever in my
No?
life.
Go along with it. 30 years from now, it's going to be on a coffee table book. This is the version of history that we're going with.
Yes.
I like this. I like how I'm being the reluctant one.
So then
and-
you're
and
kind of
you
like,
two are the
no, I don't
fangirls.
want to do that. But
And also, DJ, if you remember, they were also like, Chris, he's really attractive too, and his,
only
his,
I was
his
a
hair
man,
is amazing.
and-
If only I was a man and be in a relationship with Chris. I remember that, yeah. That's how it went.
strange how I just remember most of you like, shut the fuck up, DJ's all I heard.
Speaking on that, that's a good thing to talk about. I just
last
discovered
episode,
Haley
yes.
and Sky. Last episode, when Koati was really sexist, DJ, because you guys left the room, DJ thought it was just because he was talking too much.
I'm
He
serious.
didn't realize this. He didn't understand the directed sexism at you two.
I totally, and
I
this
find
was a
that
conversation Kiwi and I had on Discord while we were sorting out something else for the stream, like on Sunday or Monday. And so, like, I was like, yeah, I just thought you guys were making it as a playful jab that I just simply was talking too much in character. So I was just like, okay, so I got quiet. If you guys
No, we
didn't
literally
notice.
noped out of that room.
Yeah.
Because I like, and I want to say this for our audience as well. After that stream, Chris actually apologized to me.
Oh, really?
He apologized and was like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "No, it's fine. It puts me in an interesting position in this whole game, and I love it." So
Yeah.
yes.
So
What you're saying
I
is by
guess
the
that
end of the
goes-
stream, they're gonna hate him or love him, and this is gonna end with like a subpoena and a lawsuit.
Wow. But yeah, I guess that's another thing. This stream, I guess not this stream, this story, right, is going to touch on a whole bunch of themes. Not like dark shit, but stuff that like, you know, it's some of it's going to be human, and there's going to be like stuff that represents us in it. There's going to be stuff that like it's going to be like a book, you know, but like told through my really terrible voice and played by these three people.
So kind of like parallels with the real world is what you're getting at.
I guess it's just real. Well, it's not
It's
real. 'Cause
real.
It's talk and go.
God, you know what? You know what? Hold on. You know what we do for the anniversary of the stream? We go LARPing together.
The anniversary? What, in a year's time we're all gonna meet up
No.
in the same country and go
It's gonna be like a
laughing?
month because we're all gonna have to go drinking afterwards and be like, okay, we're going LARPing. Everyone dress up in their character, and we're gonna meet in
month?
like
You
I
want
don't
to
know,
go
South
LARPing
America.
together in the same country in a month? I mean, if the
Chile.
Saudi prince does get in touch with us,
Going to Chile.
Maybe.
Saudi Prince.
maybe I'll buy a plane and Haley and I'll fly over to Finland. That's where we'll meet. We're not going to America. Stuff that, and we'll fly you over here, DJ. To Finland.
Whatever, fine. I'll take a free plane ticket. Whatever you got, bruh.
Well, if a Saudi prince
Oh,
donates
you're all
$1 billion,
coming
dollars,
to
it'll be more
Finland
than.
then?
Well,
You're
you're
all coming
staying
to
in
Finland?
Finland. Yeah,
We're
we're
all-
staying at your
Obviously,
house.
but like,
Then I get my
I mean,
rainbow
clearly,
cake from
Finland
Sky.
is the neutral ground here.
oh yeah, because I did promise to make
Finland's
a
in the
rainbow
middle.
cake for Haley.
Yep, Sky promised me rainbow cake, so if we get to Finland, I get rainbow cake.
Wow. That's great. But yeah, so the story is going to be a story. It's going to be a story. Also, I guess it's good to point out for people that are like watching this or maybe listening to it in the future through podcast or YouTube medium format, that this is like if you are looking for like a masterclass in how to play D&D or how to DM D&D, this is definitely not it.
Nope.
Because
Not
we
even
break
in the
all
fucking
of the
same
rules.
game.
Yeah. Essentially, how I DM D&D is I just do whatever is fun, and if we break rules, then that's good. Well, it doesn't matter because I don't know what the rules are, so I don't know that I've broken them a lot of the time. So that's how it works.
I mean, I
so,
wore
you know,
I wore a lucha libre outfit with goat hair last stream, for example.
Yeah, so like if in a year's time when we've got like, I don't know, a good following, like 100 million subscribers on YouTube, if we get 100 million subscribers on YouTube and everyone's like commenting on our videos saying like, "Dear Mr. Kiwifruit, why are you not following the rules? On page 137 it says this." Just comment, reply to those people, our loyal fan base of a couple of million people, and tell those people to go stuff themselves.
Oh, trust me,
In
I will
saying
do that.
In saying that, I am in charge of our Twitter. So if people are going to tweet things like that to me, I'm pretty
Heidi's gonna
much
come round
probably
the
going to
house.
reply and say, I do what I want. So,
Do what I want.
Sorry, I'm moving our
So
avatars
just-
because my
yeah.
name ran into the
Get that.
text at the bottom.
can I also just say that, like, half of being a DM is just bullshitting your way through things anyway. So
Yeah, definitely.
it's like life.
this is exactly how D&D is played, really. You just
Basically.
make shit up.
So
So-
we use even less rules.
So, Haley, I gotta ask, why does your avatar have a scorpion tail?
What?
Because
Just
she's a
hands up.
badass.
Have you noticed that it looks like her hair looks like a scorpion stinger?
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
It's because I had to
That's
make her braid longer than Sky's braid.
Oh,
I couldn't have the same braid.
oh, well. Well, fucking
DJ's got
sibling
no braid
rivalry
at all,
over here.
so-
Should I just leave the room and let you two go at it? Like, what the fuck?
DJ's like a braid eunuch. He's got no braid. Yeah. A
Except for I
eunuch is
can't
a-
sing like I'm sorry, I'm not an alto or a soprano.
Oh my
Sorry.
god. I got a crab claw instead of a scorpion
Yeah,
tail.
Quiddy just said that in the chat. That is very true, Quiddy. Quiddy goes, Sky's got a crab claw instead of scorpion tail.
So then, so what am I? Am
it
I
does
like
look
no?
like a crab
Oh no, I
claw.
know what I am. I got it. So
You guys
here's
are like
what I have.
Pokemon.
What it is, see, I am the evolution of Sky and Haley
What?
because I don't have any
No.
tail. No. Because see, a hairless ape became a human, so I don't have a tail. So
right,
clearly,
okay.
I am the beginning of a revolution here, people.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
so it's
totally.
sort of like
totally.
Schlitt's in the
DJ to
shed.
say that he's the more evolved one.
So that's like how the evolution tree works, right?
Yes.
Long hair, shorter hair, and then
And then after
Sure,
that,
yeah.
then comes Lord Varys from Lord of the Rings, who's fucking bald.
and then a bald man.
If I'm the next stage of evolution, humanity is fucking doomed.
Yeah, we are. We're all doomed.
But you know what? At least we'll
It's
go
not
out in
that
an
bad.
interesting way. We'll probably all be drunk, but it'll be interesting. Speaking of drunk, I do in fact have a frosty Coors Light in my hand.
Oh my god.
A what?
Prepare for chaos.
I have a frosty
Light.
beverage.
Right. Is
Anyways.
Kool-Aid actually a thing in America?
It's what?
Is Kool-Aid a thing in America?
It
It's one of those
is.
things that we hear about on movies.
Yeah,
we don't know
Kool-Aid
what
does
the hell
exist.
It is.
It is, and let me tell you the one cool thing about Kool-Aid. No pun intended. So
Right.
there is a very popular drink in colleges that, depending on where you're at in the country, sometimes it's called Hairy Buffalo, sometimes it's called Jungle Juice. In where I was from, it's called Hairy Buffalo. And here's why it's called the
Right.
Hairy Buffalo. Because, like, when you get drunk, it's like you have the hair of the dog the next morning. Well, this is so bad, it's like having the hair of the buffalo. It's like an evolution of a hangover. And here's why. You buy something called Everclear, which is 190 proof, like, grain alcohol. And you put it in, like usually a plastic wash bin that's, like, brand new. Like, you buy it from the store specifically for this reason. And then you put all of your booze in it, like gallons of alcohol. And then you fill the rest of it with water. And then you put just canisters of Kool-Aid in the water, so it's like a fruit punch that's super, super alcoholic, but you can't taste it. So you drink a bunch of it, and basically you wake up and you're like, I have no idea why I'm wearing someone else's pants that are 2 sizes too small. You know, like that sort of night. So, that's the sort of thing that we're going for here.
Yeah, a hairy buffalo, like
Yeah.
I just illustrated.
Okay, so for some reason our notices weren't on. They
Our
should
what?
have been.
Or what?
That bot notices, so I just had to fiddle with it. It should be working now.
Right.
Oh, shit. What's the... There's a command for our avatars, isn't there? Do we have better Twitch TV commands for those?
Oh, do we have the emotes? Have the emotes happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe we would have done it that way.
I don't think that the emotes are working yet.
Whoever is watching this stream, even if you're watching on YouTube, at Better Twitch TV and tell them to approve our emotes. Even if you're listening to this 2 years into the future, it might take that long. So at them on Twitter and go approve Quest Complete's emotes, please. Thank you.
All right.
If you do it as well, then I will make you into a character that appears in our campaign. Terms and conditions may apply.
Terms and royalties.
and royalty. We might make money off your image.
All right, I think it's time we start. You want to get this rolling?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm gonna
thing.
turn the music off, so because you probably have in-game music, right?
What? What music are you? Don't worry
I was
about
playing
it.
the
These-
8-bit hero thing, 8-bit dungeon master.
It's okay. Turn that off. Let's
It's
begin.
done.
Okay. Welcome. Back. Did you? Okay. Right. This is so smooth. Hello and welcome to Quiz Complete. We've been chatting for half an hour about nonsense, and now we're going to play some D&D nonsense for some time. Let's have a recap of what happened last time. Sky, always as always, I love when you tell us what happened last time. So let's hear what happened last time from your perspective.
She starts off by
She's
laughing.
on
Let
the
me
spot
let me
every
inform the
single time.
audience of this. When Sky starts off her recap as laughing, that usually means some terrible shit has happened.
That also
Okay.
means that Sky probably isn't prepared.
More accurate.
Yeah.
Probably. Also, it's like 1:30
Oh,
a.m.
All right, Sky, serious now, professional, right? DJ's taking the stream offline. Okay, we're going to go online in 2 seconds. So, ready? We're gonna start the stream again, and now you're going to go. Ready?
I didn't
DJ's
really
you're
start
on the stream now.
I never stopped it. Just saying, I never
Go.
stopped
Okay.
it.
Oh, it started again. Hello and welcome back to Quiz Complete Live. Sky.
Hello. So yeah, we woke up at the lake.
Right.
None of us looked like ourselves. DJ thought he was hangover, like basically the whole time.
Hmm.
We got lost in the swamp.
Hmm.
Haley's character Vicky had really weird powers.
Hmm.
He could just walk straight across the swamp.
Hmm.
So I had a lot of piggyback rides. And then Haley started seeing like this blue thing and like maybe into the past or something. It was really weird. And then we met that sexist goat.
Yeah, well, first, hang on. First, I'm sticking up for him because first you broke into his home.
I mean,
And
he
wore his
seemed pretty
clothes.
cool about it, though.
Yeah, and also like it was open, so we didn't.
It
really
was not
broke
open.
into it.
I'm chiming in.
It
That
was
motherfucker
closed, it
was
just
not
wasn't
open.
locked. But he lives in a nice community where they're allowed to do that and they feel safe. And you just destroyed that safety bubble that he has. Anyway, carry on.
I don't know. We met him. With
Yep.
He didn't want to talk to me or Vicky,
Hmm.
and he did say that he was going to take us to a town, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys had a conversation with him. Well, rather, DJ had a conversation with him.
Yeah.
In which you learned about the reckoning. And well, you didn't learn about it. You just learned that it's a thing. And you also learned that there's a town nearby, or well, rather, Koati thinks that there's a town nearby. Haley's character Vicky saw a lot of interesting stuff in the in the blue shit. That's what we're calling it, the blue shit.
We don't know what it
And-
is, so it's just going to be called the Blue for now.
Yeah, okay, the blue. And yeah, okay. So that's where we left off. We didn't accomplish an awful lot, but that's how our games go. So I mean, if anyone's expecting the speed of the story to ramp up, sorry, it's going to be pretty
Apologies.
slow. Yeah,
So what he's saying is, for the next 3 hours, what we're gonna be doing is
We're
we're gonna be
gonna
discussing
talk
grass
about-
growing.
yeah, basically. Okay, so you guys, just to get you guys back in the zone, you approached Koati's house. Let's bring you to that page.
Yeah. Bring it to the page. Bring it to the house. Bring it to the yard.
So you remember this place. This is where you came last time. This is Koati's house. You went in, and then he turned up, which DJ, you remember that you had the mask and you saw through his eyes, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this happened. You guys had a chat with him, and he's agreed to take you guys through the swamp in the forest to what he thinks is civilization. But before you guys can head off, he just asks very quickly, bah! Oh, no, he's a sheep. Koati the sheep. Just let me get my things. And then he rushes inside, and you hear a whole bunch of clanking around and pots and pans and that sort of thing. And you hear, where did I leave my wrestling gear?
I didn't. Hey, it's still sitting in that closet. It just, well, it had a.
Yeah. Well, you hear him searching around, and he comes out eventually with a big, massive bag. It's like one of those bags that you take tramping. Well, I don't really know. I've never been tramping.
What's
but
tramping?
It's the one that I see on the ads for like Kathmandu and stuff. And he's got a big bag and a whole bunch of like pots and pans attached to it. He's getting ready for a journey, essentially. And he says, this journey could take quite some time. Are y'all prepared?
I have a beard.
Is it going to be dangerous?
Maybe.
Oh,
He
he's actually
doesn't
talking to
really
me
know.
All right. Do you have any guns
Well,
or anything?
What?
Yeah, guns. You know, if it's dangerous, I need to shoot something. Do you have any guns?
You mean these? And then he rolls up his sleeves and like flexes his muscles,
Love it.
which are like non-existent essentially. He's puny.
Sure. If,
Oh, he's pre-Jim Haley.
Wow.
So, no
yeah,
guns.
so yeah, he doesn't have guns. He definitely doesn't have guns. Anyway, so he hands you guys each a walking stick.
Okay.
Um,
I'm adding this to inventory.
I paused as if that was important.
How big is this walking stick? Considering like I'm 8 foot tall.
For you, it's like
like a match.
a table leg. It's
Okay.
not a table leg.
I just
like
wanted
a chair
to-
leg. It's
okay.
not very big.
It's not fair, so I wouldn't even be able to walk with it.
Pick your teeth. with
Even
it.
for Yinda, it's pretty short. DJ for DJ, it's a good walking stick height. Well, it's actually taller than a walking stick, I guess. It's like a quarterstaff almost for you, because you're a dwarf, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you look like a dwarf.
Well, thank
Right,
you.
you're
That's
coming
what
to
she
terms
said.
with your race. Okay. Anyway, so you start heading off. Koati leads the way, and he leads you through a series of what at first glance wouldn't look like pathways, but if you would just stop and observe more, you would see that they aren't well traveled, but there are telltale signs. This stream sponsored by Telltale Games. Telltale signs of
Definitely.
traffic. Although not recent traffic, just sometime in the past there has been a lot of traffic through here. You see the occasional like plank of wood on the floor, as in like signifying a pathway that might have used to be made out of wood or something. But this journey goes on for quite some time, until eventually you guys stop off. You are still in the swamp, but you stop off because Koati suggests, I'm getting a little bit peckish. Maybe we should sit down and have something to eat.
That's
Do y'all
great.
agree?
That sounds like a
Cool.
good idea to me.
All right. He
food
sits down.
sounds good.
Sorry?
Yeah, food sounds like a good idea.
Oh, okay. I wasn't really caring about your opinion, but, you know, whatever. And he sits down, and he starts to, he sets up a very quick fireplace, as in like just a collection of twigs and sticks and that sort of thing. And he gets a little, a lucifer. Do you guys know what a lucifer is? It might be a New Zealand thing.
I think it's a New Zealand thing.
It is because I've only ever heard of it in a religious
not-
sense.
Yeah, it's like a white block of very flammable, like plastic charcoal. I don't know how to describe it.
Oh, you know, we
It's
call it
used to-
sterno. We call it after. It's like a gel that's flammable that you can cook over, right?
It's not really a gel, but sure. It's just a block of it's basically essentially charcoal, in a way. Would you
Okay.
say that?
Yeah, it's just like it's like a white block of, I don't even know what the hell it's made out of because I've never ever read the box.
No, no.
You just use it to
Toxic.
start your fires.
Yeah, you
And
shouldn't
stuff.
eat it. That's all I know.
Basically, you just chuck it in and light it, and it lights everything on fire.
Chuck it
so-
and light it.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and polka dot it, and he does that, and the fire starts roaring away. And he gets out a pan and a pot, and he starts to pour some water from his flagon into the pot, and he starts going. He starts to prepare a meal as he starts to cut up carrots and spinach and all sorts of delicious vegetables, and he puts it in the pot and starts to make what you're guessing is a soup. You do realize that there's no meat in there. But you take a look around yourself, and you are surrounded by very dense, dark swamp. Everything's very moist and humid and dark, and you hear the occasional hoot of an owl. But yeah, you're just sort of sitting there. Do you want to use this opportunity? Because Cody's going to take some time to cook the soup, so, you know. Maybe you can use this opportunity to talk to each other, or maybe engage in conversation with Koati while he's cooking.
Well, I'm not going to be talking to Koati anytime soon then.
Right?
I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to approach this whole Cody situation.
So what's in the fucking soup?
Well, he shows you, and he says, "Have you never seen a carrot before?" As he like picks up a carrot that he's chopping.
Surprisingly,
dwarf.
that's the first thing
That's what he
I've
said.
seen that I recognize on this planet. So yeah, I know what a carrot is.
And he says, "Interesting fact. Back in the day, they used to tell us that carrots helped us to see in the dark, but that was just bollocks."
I don't
He
know.
smiles at you.
Apparently, I can see in the dark right now, so maybe I need to eat more carrots.
That's because you have dark vision.
Yeah, I'm
He
also
sees
a little
this
shorter
as
than
well.
I thought I was too. It's been a great day. I know none of this makes
You
sense to
don't
you
seem to be entirely comfortable in your own skin, little man.
because this isn't my skin, but that's a long story that I still don't have an answer for.
Right. Okay, he continues chopping up stuff, putting it in the pot, making the soup. And it's bubbling now, and it smells really delicious, and you can tell that it's getting close. But just as it begins to get close, Yinna, you hear a bell clanging. Just Yinna, and for DJ and Vicky, time just stops. So you guys don't really know what's going on here, and you just pause. As in, you're not. It's well for you guys, you don't know what's happening. But for Sky, Yinna hears a bell, the same bell that you heard not so long ago,
Not the bell again.
and it seems to be coming from a single direction this time. One Direction. The stream is sponsored by One Direction. We have many sponsors. One Direction, Lucifer's, and the other one that I've already forgotten. Shit, we've just lost like
Telltale?
$10,000 in
Telltale.
sponsorship
It was
money.
Telltale.
Telltale.
Clearly.
We just gained back $10,000 in sponsorship money.
Telltale will remember that.
Yeah, they will. Oh god, one day it's going to come back to bite us in the ass. Anyway, so yeah, Sky, it is coming from a particular direction this time, which is it's different from previous times where it's sort of been surrounding you.
I'm gonna poke Vicky.
Right, Vicky doesn't respond.
Well, that's freaky. Well, we've been trying to follow that bell for so long that I'm just going to try to walk there, like where I
Okay.
can hear it.
Well, it's coming from a nearby tree. It's one of these same trees that sort of cover the entirety of the swamp and the forest. Except this one's slightly bigger, and you can tell probably it's looking a little bit older than the rest of the trees. But the sound seems to be coming from behind the tree.
Can I walk, like, around it?
Sure. You walk around the tree, and a bell is sitting there. A little silver bell. It's just sitting on the ground next to the tree.
How were you, like... How did I hear, like, a bell ring if it's just sitting there?
Oh, good question. Question for the philosophers. But it's just sitting there. You take a closer look at the bell, and it has engraved symbols on it. And you've watched a lot of movies, a lot of fantasy stuff, read a lot of books. I'm assuming. I'm making
Yes.
assumptions here. But I mean, you can tell that this is like some sort of magical shit. Like if you were back in Finland, this would you might think that this is like a prop from Lord of the Rings or some bollocks.
Well, I'm going to pick it up.
All right, you pick it up, and it doesn't make any sound as you pick it up, which you find strange. But you look underneath, and the bell bit of the bell. Do you know what I mean? Like the clanger.
Yeah.
Is that the word? The clanger is still there. So it's strange that it's not making any noise. And if you were to sort of try and ring the bell, it wouldn't make any noise either. Although it would, the clanger would move around and certainly bang on the edges of the bell. It wouldn't make any noise.
Well, I'm definitely trying to make some noise for it.
Okay. Well, yeah. It doesn't really make any noise. And nothing seems off or strange, or it just seems to be a soundless bell.
Like that isn't some really, really off.
Yeah, nothing seems to be off. Vicky, you were brought out of your you don't really understand that you've been in a sort of paused state, but you are brought out of your paused state to hear the clanging of a bell. This time again coming from one direction.
Sponsor.
Get out of my head. No, you don't hear that. Don't worry.
Okay, so
I'm
I
not
can
putting-
hear a bell,
Yes.
and Sky is missing.
Sky is missing. DJ is standing there still, and Koati is standing there still as well.
Okay, so I'm not in the blue.
No.
Okay. And I can hear the bell again, right? Which I was obsessed with last episode, so I'm going to go and try and find the bell.
Okay. You head in the direction of the bell. It's not too far away, and you come to a tree, not too dissimilar to the rest of the trees covering the forest and the swamp, except this one's a little bit bigger and older, it seems. And it seems that the sound of the bell is coming from behind the tree.
Okay. I'm going to go behind the tree.
Sitting there is a silver bell. And again, I'm just making assumptions. You might read fantasy books. There's a lot of layers here. There's a lot of layers going on. And it looks magical and shit, basically.
Can I? Is there anything of note around the bell? Is the
Sure,
bell the
there's,
only
there's
thing
grass and
That's
tree.
not of note.
Wow, you anti-environmental
Totally, I hate the environment.
right wing. Yeah.
Don't recycle, guys. Never
Yeah.
recycle.
God.
Okay. I guess I will take the bell.
Sure. You pick up the bell. It doesn't seem to make any noise as you pick it up, but the clangor is
Defective.
definitely there. Wow. You're so robotic today. Like so don't give a shit about any living thing. Although the bell's
No.
not, it's a bell.
Interesting. Interesting that I finally find the bell, and it's got the ringer in it, but and I give it a good shake.
It doesn't make any noise.
Huh.
DJ, you were brought out of your moment, although you didn't really realize that you were in your moment, and you realize that Vicky and Yinna are away. They're not next to you anymore, and you hear the same bell that you've heard previously.
Well, first I'm gonna look up and be like, "Hey, where'd you go?" I call out and like, "What the hell is everyone?"
There's no other sound apart from the bell.
So I don't need to hear my own voice.
Sure, yes. Oh my god.
Okay.
Fuck me. Of course you fucking hear your own voice.
Well, you said no other sound. I mean, there are mute spells where I
Jesus
speak and.
Christ. Yeah.
All
You
right.
can hear your own voice and you hear the bell.
Okay. And then I look around. And okay, so then I look for the bell.
Okay. You follow the sound of the bell and all that stuff that I said before happens, just to save us some time.
So I walk behind. So I'll walk over. I'll trace the bell to behind the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna kick the bell over.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, as you kick the bell over, it
No,
doesn't make any sound.
So I kick it again.
Oh, it doesn't make any sound. It just tips over.
So then I'm like. So then I just kind of look up. I'm like. I don't know. I look to see if I can see where Sky and Haley went.
Well, as you look, you hear a meowing. And suddenly, within an instant, you can see Vicky and Yinna standing next to you. And you're in the middle, DJ, and you're holding a little pussycat with a tiny little silver bell around its neck. And there's a meow, as you heard before, played by
Sky.
Sky's cat.
All right,
welcome,
I'm official.
Sky's Cat.
I'm assuming
Welcome to
it's
the stream.
Kuma.
Kuma, it's good to have you here. As we discussed earlier, welcome. Kuma's going to be with us for a few sessions. Yeah, and
Guest
yeah, guest star. Our first celebrity guest is Kuma. See, you're holding a pussycat. A very, very white pussycat, stands out quite a lot in the swampy,
And
surroundings
we're seeing
that you're
this
in.
as well?
Yeah, all three of you are seeing each other.
And I still
Although
have a bell
DJ's
in
the
my
one
hand?
that's holding. You don't have
Is
a
it
bell in your hand.
actually a white cat, or does it actually look like my cat?
It doesn't look like Kuma. No, sorry. Kuma and I
Aw.
discussed this, and Kuma was happy enough to play a sort of different character than what Kuma looks like in real life.
Well,
So
they are
it's very white,
like,
very, very fluffy.
Yeah, he's playing a guy from London. That's who he's playing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm a little bit frustrated that the elusive bell has eluded me yet again.
In the meantime, I'm like, why the fuck am I holding a cat? And where the fuck have you been?
And as you say this, the cat jumps out of your grasp and starts running off.
Whatever, fuck the cat. Where's the soup? So I go back around and walk around the tree back towards the goat. I'm like, I don't give... Whatever, it's a cat.
Okay, well, Vicky and Yina, are you guys going to follow DJ? Back to Koati.
Do we want to
Well-
follow the cat?
it's a pretty cat.
The cat has gone in the same direction as DJ is going.
Okay, we'll follow.
Okay. You guys approach the little mini temporary campsite that Cody has done. As the smell of soup wafts over to you. It smells delicious. And you approach and you see Cody sitting there. And he seems to be sipping out of a bowl of soup. And the cat that you saw before earlier is sitting next to Cody, licking at a bowl of soup.
How
That
long
one
are
is
we
yours,
going for?
Vicky's.
I'm going to sit down.
Right.
At
Okay.
the-
Cody
at the-
says, where did you guys get off to? I
How
found
long
this
were we
cat.
gone for?
Oh, just a couple of minutes. Did you just go for a piss or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly
peed-
what we.
I peed out
Hey,
a cat.
do you know anything about bells?
Why are you so curious? Women aren't usually this curious.
I'm totally this curious all the damn time, dude.
She's not wrong.
Yeah, ever since we got here, I've been hearing bells. I'm just curious if that's normal in
Well,
this
they appear-
region.
Cody looks up at you and he starts to just stutter a little bit. He's like Raj from The Big Bang Theory. He can't really talk very well in this moment. And he just sort of points at the bell around the cat's neck. Which is just a miniature version of the bell that you guys saw.
So did
Okay.
the bell that I picked up just disappear?
It just disappeared.
Okay, so more freaky stuff.
Yep.
Yes, just some.
Yeah. Hey guys. By the way, so we woke up in the wrong bodies. There's a fucking cat, and you two are hearing things, and now I'm hearing things. Can we just eat? Maybe go to sleep. Maybe this hangover will go away, and we can just. I don't know.
Oh, I wouldn't suggest going to sleep here.
Why?
This is
What
not
is
a
gonna
good
eat
place
me? Is
to
the bell
sleep.
gonna kill me? Is the
No,
cat
dude.
gonna kill me? Are you gonna kill me?
No, but anytime anyone's really slept out this deep into the swamp woods, that's what they're called, the swamp woods, they don't really come back.
Oh,
So
good to
no
know.
sleeping then.
No sleeping, we have to keep moving. But first, eat!
Yes.
As he
Eat.
proffers to you all a bowl of delicious soup. And it's really good, and it's completely vegetarian.
my
Although
God.
that doesn't mean that it's not tasty. It's very, very tasty.
This is good soup.
Thank you.
Yes. It is very good.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down so that, like,
May I ask you a question?
Vicky is
Oh no.
between me and
Who is he
Koati.
asking this to?
You.
To me?
Yeah. to Vicky.
Certainly.
You seem to be able to, like, think for yourself and talk. And you have opinions?
I totally have opinions. Probably too many opinions.
So
Are you just a fat man?
No, totally a super tall woman.
Huh.
one that I might add could probably break you in your house. So
He looks down at his soup. And just starts like playing with his soup, like just sort of stirring it with the spoon.
Okay. I just want to put it out there that I'm not going to hurt you. I'm a pacifist by nature. So I'm
By
not going to
nature?
hurt you. By nature. You
But
know,
a fascist by trade.
well now.
So I doubt that there's going to come a time when I'm actually going to hurt you.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not scared of that. You guys are weaponless. It doesn't seem like you know any magic either. And you guys seem pretty weak and small.
Wait, there's magic here?
What do you mean there's magic here? Of course there's magic here. I'm a talking goat.
That's true.
You think that comes naturally?
Well, I just woke
Well,
up.
I don't know what kind of
Darwin
universe
can't
we're
explain
in.
that shit.
I just kicked a bell and a cat appeared in my hand, so fuck it. Yeah, magic, whatever. There's no guns here. Magic, sure, whatever. He just continues eating the soup because clearly the dwarf is just like, you know what, fuck this place.
Sure. He's just eating his soup.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to hurt you. I think you've got ideas about the way that people of a certain gender are that are not necessarily correct.
He just keeps eating his soup. And eventually he finishes his soup and he starts to grab his bowl and he sees that DJ has finished his soup too and grabs his bowl. And then he goes over to you two, Yinna and Vicky, and grabs your bowls as well if you're finished.
Yep.
And then he goes and he gets his flagon of water out of his bag. And he gives them a rough wash. Not, done, obviously not totally clean, but that's the best that you can do out in here unless you want to wash it with swamp water, which isn't a good idea. And he puts them back in his backpack, and he straps his backpack back onto his back. And he declares that we should be heading off now.
Okay, is the cat coming with us?
Well, you've not really interacted with the cat, have you? But the cat will follow.
Oh, the cat is following us.
Well, the cat's following Koati, because Koati fed it.
Understandable.
Mhm.
Kuma, is that cool? Would you? Okay, sure. Kuma and I are on Skype right now, talking. Anyway, so you guys travel for a little bit while longer, and the swamp starts to thin out. By thin out, I mean the swamp water starts to become less of a factor, becomes more shallower, and there are parts where there is no swamp water, and the swampy forest starts to sort of change into a much more pleasant, lighter greener, sunnier type of environment. And eventually long grass starts to appear, and you realize that this is you've definitely this is a different biome, I guess is the term. You've definitely swapped into a different environment. As you see bugs and occasionally you see little bunny rabbits and you occasionally see like a deer, just general fauna. Is fauna the right word? Yeah, fauna. Is like living things, and flora is like the flower and the plants and shit. And yeah, so it seems to be teeming with life. Much more different than the swamp that you've been in that seems to only really have owls and trees. And Koati turns back to you all, and he declares, "We're out of the deep swamp. What did I call it? The deep swamp it is. I called it we're out of the deep swamp."
You had a name
He
for it.
says
It was
with
a lake.
authority.
Is that what it's officially called?
Deep
Yeah.
swamp? Sure, for now, but the name might change.
It's okay. What was the name of the island
That's
again?
the full
if
official
someone,
title.
if someone
Deep
writes it down,
Swamp.
it will stay as that.
I was going to write it down. That's why I asked. Deep Swamp, but the name may change.
That's full quote right there.
The
Full
name may
quote.
change.
I mean, this was actually called like some other island name, but he just decided it was something different.
I
No,
mean, we were
Lake
in
Clearwater or Stillwater.
Lake Stillwater. Yeah, I
Lake
wrote
Stillwater
that
is the
down.
lake.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
In Deep
But yeah.
Swamp. Okay.
Deep swamp. And now you're in lush forest.
Great names.
I do
great
like
names.
forest though.
Do you? I do too, although I prefer the mountains because I'm a mountain goat. Bah.
We don't
Makes
really have
sense.
mountains in Finland.
Do you? Tell me more about this Finland.
We don't have mountains there, but we have a lot of forests and lakes.
Sounds interesting. What do you do in Finland?
I'm studying biotechnology.
Oh, what's biotechnology?
Something that I would need to explain to you for years, probably.
Okay, well, we don't really have that much time, and that wouldn't really be interesting to watch or listen to.
No.
So let's move on. And
Cody is so
Cody
meta.
carries on. Although you realise that the cat is no longer with you. But Cody doesn't
Where
really
did the
seem
pretty
to
cat go?
give a shit about that. The cat's gone.
I
So
feel like if we keep hearing that bell, we're probably going to see that cat again at some point, Sky.
yeah, it's a cat. Don't do what it won't.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I own 2 of them.
Yeah. There are no rules. And Coty moves forward until you guys get to what is very obviously the edge of the forest. And you begin to see more signs of traffic. As not traffic, what is a good way of putting it? I guess none of you would really realize it. Actually, this is okay. This is how we'll do it. It's perfect DMing skills. Haley,
Mm-hmm.
as you get closer to the edge of this forest, and by edge, I mean you can tell because the trees are thinning out, and you can see in the ahead of you, you can see almost like flat land, like almost like a road, sort of dirt road thing. As you get closer, the blue overwhelms you once again, and you see dead ahead of you where the dirt road is, in the out of blue. That's what we're going to call it. The out of blue is the one that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
But in the blue, it seems to be very, very busy, and a whole lot of wagons, a noodle cart here and there, like a whole bunch of families of different creatures are traveling on this road.
Can I see anything in the distance if I look down the road?
You can see an awful lot of smoke coming up, probably from like chimneys or something. I'm going to move you guys into the scene now that you're actually looking at. So let me bring us back to
Which means I need to adjust this.
here. Well, firstly, let me just
What the
copy
fuck
paste.
is that?
It's the wet thing, the wet ox or whatever you're talking about earlier on.
There was an ox that we were talking about?
The wet dog, the
Wet dog.
alcohol thing.
It's Picasso Kiwi.
Yeah.
Does it need explanation? Art is supposed to make you feel things, DJ.
You know what it actually is? It actually does. You know what it is? It needs a frame. That's what it needs.
It's a bulldog? No, bull. It's bullshit. That's what it is.
It says moo.
You were saying some bollocks before about the drunkenness.
Oh, I didn't even see that was being drawn because I had zoomed in on the scene. All I saw was the title and the avatars.
Okay, well,
So I didn't see that till just now.
let me bring you guys into this scene.
Okay, we're in the scene now.
Okay.
Well,
now,
we're really big.
well, give me a moment. God damn it.
I am
so
a giant.
Wow, my
Right.
ego really
So
is that
this-
large.
This for people watching and for our players here, and Kuma, this is the overworld map. So when you see stuff like this, the mountains that okay, don't worry. I'll reveal the mountains. Okay, so this is what I mean by like the overmap. This is like it's like how do I explain this? Like those mountains there, that represents like a mountain range, you know. So this isn't to scale. So like the forest that is around you here is much wider and bigger, etc. It's like you're looking at an actual map. This version is at least.
It's like a
So this
Final
is like our
Fantasy
world
overmap.
Well, for this particular place, yeah. And you four, we should zoom. We should minimize ourselves to 1 square, and DJ, you'll want to zoom in, basically,
Zoom in. We're zooming.
so that that's, so that you know, I'm sure that you'll do it correctly.
I'm working on it.
And you emerge from. Let me move you guys. You guys emerge from this a little bit. You see where there is dirt. Looks a little bit out of place where I'm pinging, where the yellow is. That is where you guys emerge. So you guys can control your little.
We
your
can't
little
actually see our
dudes.
characters because.
Okay, there we go. You can
There we
control
go.
them now.
Yeah, there we go.
But Koati emerges from this place. And this is the road that you saw, Vicky.
And
yeah,
yay, we can use our arrow keys to move.
You can. Like a game. And this doesn't look too well traveled, but this is definitely like a path, like a road system. But you know, like a walking road system. Are you able to move your little character, Vicky?
Yep.
Cool, awesome.
Yeah, I was able to also.
And Koati says,
Why is Koati on top of me all the time?
Oh, wow. Well,
don't
it's going to be
know.
that kind of stream, huh?
wow. Yeah. I think it's because I'm playing him, so I don't know.
It's happening
anyway.
terribly.
Koati says, this does look a lot more different than I remember it. And he goes up to the signs that there are 4 in your sort of immediate vicinity. And he goes up to this one, and he reads it for a second, and then he rushes over to this one, and he reads that one for a second, and rushes over to this one, and reads that one, and then that one. So he reads all 4 of these signs, and he looks puzzled. And he
Can we
says,
actually understand him?
the signs? Yes, they are written in English. This sign here, it says, let me just bring up the thing. That sign there says Clifton. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I can zoom in and do some artistry on that sign. How about we do that?
Okay, this is always a highlight. I think this needs to be an entire segment of the stream at some point that we cut
Kiwi
out.
does art.
And we do
Yep. Kiwi does art.
Seriously, because I want some. There we go.
Um,
We're zooming in.
Ton.
beautiful.
Whoa.
Am I still at the blue?
Hold on.
Have I
Just
come out of
kicked
the
me
blue?
out of the.
Well, actually, Vicky, you strangely enough, it's weird. It's you're moving in the what did we call it? You're moving in like the normal world, the normal realm, but you're also moving in the blue as well, which is strange because that hasn't happened before. But you almost feel a pull from two directions.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Well, it's not meant to, so. Also, I did just realize that the maybe I shouldn't draw attention to it. Okay, don't worry.
Okay.
That's not intentional. If anyone understands what I'm looking at, that's not intentional. That I will change that. Anyway, I really need to. Okay. So that says Clifton there. You know. If you go to this sign is a the sign isn't in English, and it's in some weird symbols. Nothing that you remember. Like, it's not in a Chinese sort of Mandarin symbol type way, or it's not in Hebrew or any of that. It seems to be completely not of where you come from, of Earth, to say the least. Although it's not like an alien or anything. It just seems to be like something out of a fantasy.
She's the only one who
movie.
can see this.
No, you all can see this. I'm just using
okay.
sky as like an example. This sign over
I'm
here.
closest to it.
Yeah. This sign over here that Koati's over to, if you were to go up to that one, is an ugly collection of marks and crosses. And it looks like a very battered up sign. And there's a lot of splats of blood on it.
Is that
Well,
blood?
dried up blood is how I should put it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
But yeah, Koati
Okay.
looks at
So
it.
there's.
Go on.
So it's just like, do I actually recognize that it's blood?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
unless you've not seen blood in real life, it's pretty obvious that it's blood. Or paint.
Okay.
Koati's spazzing a bit, anyway.
Can I see that from where I'm
Vicky,
standing?
Vicky,
Yes.
there's blood on that sign.
We're
I
not
wanna
going
go
that
look at the
way.
sign.
Not going that way. I have a walking
Hey,
stick
Vicky,
and
you
a
look at the
bowl.
sign. You're still in the blue.
Oh.
And you look at the sign because you're still in the blue, and the sign doesn't look so ugly in the blue. And it says to Gobville with an
It
exclamation
says
mark over. After
to
that.
Godville.
Gob.
Gobville.
Wait, is gob a rude word? Maybe.
No,
It
I'm
says
sure, I'm
Gobville.
sure it's fine.
I
Someone
think
will
it means
correct
like
us if it's
mouth
not.
or something. Like it's
Yeah.
a slang for mouth. Yeah. It's
Yeah, definitely.
So Gobville is what it says.
Gobville.
Yeah. Let me. While you digest that, I'll Oh god.
Beautiful.
Gobville. Okay. There we go. And you can relay this information to the rest of the party.
Yeah, it says to Gobville.
How about we don't go there since that side is so messed up?
Gobville. In the blue, do I see many people going towards Gobville?
Yeah. There's a lot of people going in all directions.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people are coming from this direction over here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look over at the sign says docks, as in DOCKS. And I'll quickly I'll just put a D. There, wow.
That is awful. That is a special kind of terrible. Hold on a second. I have to zoom in on that. Come on. No. This is getting. We're pausing for a
Look,
second
it's
here.
hard
How
to do
bad this
things
letter
with our
D
mouths.
is. Okay. So straight up.
The New Zealand
Okay.
Educational System.
No, here you go. This right here, guys, is the world's
So-
worst D. It looks like a really it looks like Australia got hit by a meteor, and this is the map of it. That's how bad that D is.
True. Anyway, so that sign says to the docks essentially, and there's a lot of people coming from there. There's the vast majority of people are coming from that direction, into the middle here to this crossroads area.
Mm-hmm.
You look around. There's a lot of like temporary market stands all around you. This is essentially the center of a crossroads. There are equal amounts of people going to Gobville and Clifton, although you notice there's a significantly larger amount of goblins. You would recognize these as goblins because you're a nerd in real life. So you know what goblins look like, right? And there are significant amounts of goblins in those crowds going to Gobville and coming out of Gobville. And you put two and two together and you realize that Gobville probably stands for like Goblin Village or something like that.
Yeah, I had pretty much put that together, but I didn't want to metagame. Okay, so probably Goblin City that way.
But it's important to know that there is no... that it's... I mean, when I say more goblins are going there, it's not exclusively goblins, and these goblins don't look angry or upset, or they look just as happy as everyone else. It's a very, very energetic, kind atmosphere going on.
Okay, so more goblins. From what I can see, more goblins coming from this direction. Everybody seems to be coexisting really well, though. So we can take that as we want. But Cody, is there any particular place? What place were we going to? Gobville, Clifton, the docks.
Cody looks around and he looks a little bit confused, because he says, Gobville, Clifton, the docks? This is not how I remember anything.
Good. That makes two of us.
Although, if I remember rightly, the town that I used to go to was this way. But it definitely wasn't called Clifton.
What was it called?
Good question. I don't remember.
It's called not
But I
Clifton.
know that it wasn't Clifton.
Shall we still go to the Clifton then? Because that's Goblin
We
sign.
should glow. Yeah, we should glow there.
Whoa. Hold on.
That
All I see
Goblin-
is a sign that has blood on it. I see a path that's blank, and I see whatever this thing that says, whatever this Clifton place. As far as you remember, what were these other directions leading to originally?
Well, that one that says that it leads to the docks wasn't really there. It was a path, but there was no sign, and it wasn't very well traversed. It went down to the beach, a popular area for the teenagers and such to go to.
Oh, those bloody youths.
And to the south, and he sort of like motions this direction over here.
To the south used to be the Adventurers Guild. Well, back in my day, at least.
The Adventurers Guild.
Yeah. There used to be an awful lot of guards stationed right where you are, actually. Not unfriendly guards, kind guards.
Then why
But
don't we
eventually,
go
over
there?
time, the guards disappeared, and no one really went there. No one made an effort to go down there. And as he says this, you realize that I should really have illustrated this, but this will happen next time. But essentially, that path is a lot darker. The trees are a different shade of green, a much darker shade of green. Everything just seems a lot more lifeless, even more lifeless than like the swamp that you were in. Essentially, like from this, like that sort of cutoff point almost.
So what you're saying is that
Cody's-
some shit happened there.
Yeah.
How about we don't
What-
go there?
What do I see when I look down that path?
You see two guards, and they seem to be laughing and smiling at each other. And between the two guards, you see a pussycat. The little
cat.
white pussycat. And the white pussycat is smiling at you.
Can I approach the cat?
You... Sure. I like how just everyone is very careful around the cat.
The cat is smiling at me.
I don't give a
In
fuck
a
about
nice
the
way,
cat.
not unlike a not
I'm just
unlike
gonna,
a
yeah, no, I'm just
clown
gonna
way.
go to the cat and crouch down in front of the cat.
Cat? Did you say a cat?
Yeah, I can see the cat. Is it the same cat? Does it look like the same cat?
It is, yeah, it's definitely the same cat. And as you approach the cat starts to slowly, like sort of jog away in this direction.
Okay.
Before we go any further, I should probably get the token for the cat on the board, right? That might actually help us here. Let me just amuse yourselves for like 1 second. Put on some elevator music.
Well, I have a cat to amuse me.
Where is the cat? No, those are the sex
Okay,
toys from.
while you're doing that,
No,
I'm
it's
just gonna.
just here.
I see options. I can see a cat. The cat seems to be going in this direction. Do we want to follow the cat? Do we want to go where Cody is saying to go?
Hold on 1 second, guys. For some reason, Roll20 keeps logging me out of the game.
No.
Yeah, it's
There it is, I'm
been
back in.
being
It is. When I go to adjust the zoom level, it's like it clicks back. It's done it
Please
twice.
stand by for technical difficulties.
for technical difficulties. Like, if you want technical difficulties, you got to stand
See,
by.
it does it every time. When I go to zoom in, it kicks me out.
What mouse thing are you using? Like, are you right clicking or what?
No, I'm just trying to left click on the zoom slider on the left, and just drag it.
Yeah,
Or
Roll20's
the right,
been
sorry,
bugging
the other
out
left.
a few recently.
It's okay. Anyway, back to the cat.
Yeah, okay. So the cat is heading essentially further and deeper into. I mean, it's not dark and ominous in the blue, although it definitely is dark and ominous in the over blue. That's what we call
Vicky, it looks really, really dark and not a good place to go.
This is why I'm throwing it out there. Look, I can see the blue, and everything looks great. Everybody's happy.
Yep.
All right.
No, it looks
That's not
like
necessarily mean that it does now. I don't even know where. Like, Cody's saying that in that direction, it's not. He doesn't know that it's Gobville, so I'm wondering
he
what
also
he
doesn't know that
thinks.
Clifton
of that
doesn't
direction.
exist. He doesn't know any of these names. So
Yeah.
what we're experiencing, what he remembers, and what you see, none of it's the same. So I say we fucking flip a coin, if anyone's got a coin, and we decide where the fuck we're gonna go, because it doesn't seem like it matters at this
Well-
point.
Well, we probably don't want to go to a beach or the docks or whatever because we're not going to go for a swim.
Oh,
No, but they
it's
have a
up to you.
boat.
You can go for a swim if you like.
But they have a boat, which means it probably goes to somewhere other than this island.
It's up to you.
Okay.
We don't really have the
All right,
provisions.
As
Option.
you're talking
Here we
amongst
go. I'm
yourselves,
literally
Vicky, hang on,
gonna go
as-
ahead and grab three straws. I'm gonna find 3 little sticks. I'm gonna break them off. Okay. This is how we're gonna decide which way we're gonna go.
All right.
What do I
So,
see? While
I'm
he's
gonna go
doing
ahead, and each
Well,
of us
I'll
is
let
gonna
him
get
do
a
it
straw,
first.
including the goat.
And then I'll tell you.
And
What? Fine.
Yep,
Okay.
here's what we're gonna do.
Cody just says, "Okay, all right,
so
fine."
this is
go,
what we're gonna
go,
do.
this.
So what DJ does is he takes a stick and breaks it into 3 unequal sizes. Okay. Whoever draws the
Right.
short one has to decide what direction we go. That way, if something goes to shit, we can blame them. Sound good? Good. Okay. So he breaks these off.
Placing blame.
All right. Now each of you have to pick a number. I will pick one because I'm gonna roll a d4 to decide.
Cody
See who
picks-
decides where we go.
Cody picks 6.
Huh?
Oh, Cody picks 1.
Okay. You pick one. I'm picking 2.
Or Cody
3.
picks 1, not me. You can't blame it on me. if
Yes,
he
that
gets
makes it 4 then.
Okay. So you guys all draw straws, and the loser of this is whoever had 1, which means Cody decides where we go.
Ah, perfect. This works. So that means the DM can decide.
Yep.
I was going to
Lead
decide
us to
anyway.
our inevitable death, Stan.
But perfect
I
timing
knew
because
it. I knew
'cause
that this
the-
was the cat.
Oh, yeah.
the cat appears. Vicky, while DJ is doing this nonsense, your attention is drawn towards the cat, which has now run off and turned into the bushes. Not turned into a bush, but like walked into.
Yeah. I got
You
I
actually
got
had
you.
to clarify that, considering how this campaign has been going.
Yeah.
Well, the cat
But,
disappeared. The cat ran off into the bushes. So
And you look behind you, Vicky, just because.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the other directions that you could go are on fire.
oh, everything's on fire.
And
No, it's
Koati
not.
says, so I get a pick, right? How
Yep.
about we go in this way?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you drew the short stick. If all this goes to hell, goat, it's on you.
Well, at least there was a cat that was here somewhere.
We have a goat now,
Yeah.
not a cat.
So you
No,
guys
Vicky
walk.
said that there was a cat.
Definitely still a goat.
Vicky, I guess you're leading the party now, and you're like chasing up, not chasing, but following the cat, yeah?
Yeah, I will follow the cat.
Because you're the only one that can see the cat.
Yeah, we're just gonna follow a ghost cat, guys. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't. No big deal. No,
Everything's
no big deal, Vicky. You're
fine.
just fucking hallucinating, and we're chasing your hallucination. What's gonna happen next? Like,
You follow the cat through the not exactly thick forest, but it doesn't take you very long, a couple of minutes at the most, until you start to see big white clouds overhead, like as in like in the sky, not mist, but big. It's sort of been an overcast sort of day, so it's well overcast. It's been a there's really been no other clouds in the sky up until now. And they're not dark clouds. They're quite pretty clouds, like white fluffy clouds that you would like look up at and like pretend that there were shapes in them and stuff. And as you get closer, the cat seems to be waiting and making sure that you catch up, sort of thing. And eventually you reach this.
Samuel L. Jackson, surprise, motherfuckers!
Samuel L. Jackson. You reach what looks like a fortress.
We seriously look like
There's a
Final
fortress,
Fantasy party.
guys. Can they see the fortress?
They can. The fortress is in ruins. And Vicky, as you sort of say, there's a fortress, guys. The blue is you're ripped out of the blue essentially, and you're brought back to. Yeah,
I
you
feel
feel
a little
quite
bit
sick.
queasy.
And the cat is no longer in vision.
Cat's disappeared. I'm feeling a little bit sick. Give me a moment, and I'm just gonna lean against a tree.
Sure.
All right, you vomit. I'm walking up to this fortress that apparently was blown up by some I don't know what was going on here. Whatever. So can I walk up and approach the fortress?
You can. There are a lot of holes in the walls. As you approach the fortress, DJ, you get a weird feeling. It's not a bad feeling. It's an exciting feeling. One of adventure.
Well, after we let the goat pick,
That's our theme
and
song now.
the cat, and someone's hallucinating, and I think Vicky's vomiting, and all this shit, this is the most exciting thing that's happened to me all day. I think we should go inside and whatever. Because,
Sure.
fuck it, it's the best, it's the only thing I've seen other than fucking trees today.
Okay.
And a swamp. And a lake.
Yes,
I
thank
will
you for reminding me
compose
all the other
myself,
things I
and
don't
I
like in
will
life.
follow.
Okay. Now,
Trees are nice.
for now,
And
you're going to
lakes.
have to. For now, you're going to have to use your imagination. I'm going to do the best that I can describe it, because we haven't got a page for this yet, but we will next.
You
session.
weren't planning on us going this way, were you?
No, what? Shh! Don't show them behind the curtain.
You weren't.
Don't call him out like that, DJ. That's so.
Okay.
makes
It's
you
okay. The
roll
whole
with
fucking stream
disadvantage.
ended because I couldn't get XSplit to work right. So don't worry. This is revenge.
But you approach this fortress, and it's essentially it looks exactly what it looks like on the page, except there are some small differences which I'll go over. So there is this sort of square box castle like ring around the bit in the middle is still quite large, but it's a tower. So there's not just one floor. There are multiple floors, and it goes quite high. In fact, it goes so high up into the clouds.
this is
So
a
what
really
you're
tall
essentially
fortress?
seeing is a square tower surrounded by a sort of small square fortress type thing.
Somebody was
every-
overcompensating.
Everything is very, very. When I say in ruins, the best way to describe it is nothing's bombed this place. If anything, it's rather nature has taken its toll.
Oh, so it's like
As in,
overgrown vines, that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
so like as in all of the holes have probably been made by just like really powerful vines forcing their way through gaps and that sort of thing. Everything is very overgrown and broken up and rubbly. But you can you can definitely guess that it's not been because of an explosion or anything.
So it seems abandoned.
Definitely, yes. Although, I mean, you don't know that for sure, but at first glance, yes.
All right. So since I'm standing closer to it, I'm gonna sort of like I don't know, like not like pace, but sort of like just kind of like inspect for like a really easy way, maybe into the if there's a way if I wanted to go in.
There's a giant hole that's been made in the wall, the stone wall, where vines have sort of crept through. It's very easy
I'm
to
going to
just walk through.
Go inside. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna breach the wall. I'm gonna walk inside through the hole.
Yeah.
Into like the courtyard-ish.
That's essentially what it is. It's a courtyard, and you see telltale signs of garden, as in like everything is very overgrown, but there seems to be some semblance of once upon a time there might have been like some purposeful like planning of the garden, because there seems to be like clumps of different flora in specific areas, and it all looks very planned out, as in, in a sort of natural overgrown bit. There wouldn't be like purple flowers separated from like the yellow flowers, right? They'd all be sort of intermingling and not in like in beautiful like square and circular shapes. But here it is, but it is still very overgrown.
Where
So
are
it's
these
hard to tell
located? Are these like
first
in the
sight.
corners? Like
It's all around the courtyard.
the whole courtyard is like that.
Not really, but most of it. But as you look around, someone's eating chips. Who's eating chips?
Oh no, sorry, I was ripping up a piece of thing.
Oh, that's okay. But now I'm hungry.
It's okay. I have
we
pizza
should
on
take
the
a
way,
break
so
Okay.
We should take a break soon. Maybe in like
could.
soon. Yeah, we could take a break now because it's 1:30, right?
yeah.
We've been going for
Did
an
you
hour.
want
How
to
about-
finish your description and then
Yes.
we can take a break?
No.
Okay.
So we're going to take a. Can we please do a 10-minute break? Or like
I'm
actually
okay
do
with a
5
10-minute
minutes. Do 5. We'll be back in like 5.
Okay. I
But
actually
we
have
might
a
like
overlay
talk
for that.
another 5.
Otherwise, I'd have to change it. And we know how that went the last time I did this.
Yeah,
Ended the
so
stream.
everyone,
So we
will
can do
be back
multiple
taking a
5-minute
small
breaks, but we can only do them
Go
in multiples of 5 minutes.
Go grab
I
a coffee.
apologize.
Go grab a tea. Go grab a Milo. Well, if you're in New Zealand or
Yeah,
Australia,
Milo is hot chocolate, basically, guys.
but cheap and good.
Chocolate.
And also, if you're in New Zealand, go and vote in the next 5
I'm
minutes.
not going to be able to
Vote.
go
Go
and
do
vote in
things.
5 minutes.
In the next 5 minutes, go and vote. No,
I will be
how about
voting
you
this afternoon, though.
Make plans to vote this afternoon or tomorrow or Saturday. So yeah, let's have a break. Go, roll Blake.
What?
Go Blake.
Blake, I can't.
go.
The break thing is broken, actually. I just discovered the text is broken, so I'm going to improvise.
Blake, use break.
I'm doing something. There. Doing things.
Is it working? Are we still live? Hello.
We're still live. It just looks about as 8-bit as our characters do if you look on the stream. It's actually not bad, to be honest, thematically.
What, is it lagging?
No, it's literally a screenshot of Notepad.
Oh. Right. So, but everyone can still hear us.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to play the
Okay.
music, and I'm going to mute myself, and we will all be right back soonly. So 5
All right.
minutes.
Bye-bye.
All right. I'm back at least. I don't know where everyone else is. But,
Hello.
I'm back.
Hi.
Give me just a moment there. I am,
That's fine. You talk. You do your thing and I'll talk. I'm good at talking.
just make sure, DJ, is there a way that you can, like, look at a message without showing it on stream?
Yeah, you can type it anywhere. If you look
Okay,
at the stream,
I'm
the
just
only
gonna
thing
type
that
it in
it
that
shows
QC
is our
stream.
voices. Well, names.
I am here. I'm just eating corn chips, so I've muted myself.
Aha. 5-minute break, go vote.
So I'm just changing the map. 'cause
Oh.
It bothers
I
me
don't think
that
anyone
it
noticed
currently looks like. I noticed it though.
Okay.
And if I'm going to notice it, someone might one day.
The good
notice
news
it,
is, though,
and
I'm
don't care.
zoomed in actually on the castle.
Yeah.
So,
I still
real
want it
quick,
to
while
be
he goes
like
ahead
a
and
thing.
does this this change that he needs to do quick in the background administratively. If you guys are interested in who we are, it is myself, DJ Spectre. We have Haley Terry 11, Skywise 8123, which I think I goof her name just about every time.
What
I
are
spoke, 'cause I
these?
just
What are
think it's-
these handles? Are these your Twitch names?
Well, yeah, just the people that
Yep.
just the people that
okay.
are playing, and then
Right.
Mr. Kiwi Fruit. We are sort of Dungeons and Dragons players. Some people are new to the game.
Sorta.
Some people have got a little a little more experience. Some people have like experience from editions that don't apply anymore. And then this is supposed to introduce people to the game. So if you guys aren't familiar with Dungeons and Dragons or the mechanics or sort of why we're doing things, you guys can always ask. We haven't gotten into a lot of mechanics heavy sort of play, but if we do, please stop us. Let us know.
Yeah, we
like
can
if you have
answer
questions or
questions.
why we're doing certain things or what any of this thing over here on the left, you can see my mouse moving. Sorry, right hand side of all these like numbers and all this crazy stuff. We'll explain it because this is supposed to be an inclusive group as far as like people who don't know how to play, people who do know how to play, and stuff like that. Also, what's the other piece? This is
And
also
for
not
the
your standard
people that
Dungeons and
might
Dragons
not
setting. So there's
Feel
that.
comfortable going for
Like
the
a camp
normal
store.
D&D groups?
I'm
No,
thinking
we are
also
not normal.
about maybe doing a Q&A type of thing through the Twitter where people can submit their questions and
yeah.
such, and then we can do a segment where Kiwi and I, or whoever else wants to be involved, can answer what we know.
About D&D. Shit.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I mean, I know a lot of it is Googleable, but sometimes it's just more fun just to simply interact with people, and that's
And a
what this
person.
stream is really all about.
And
is
also,
interaction.
I mean, when I started DMing, Google was a good help for some things, but in other things, it just takes you to like a forum or like a Reddit post that is like
Yeah.
entirely dominated by people who think that they are like pros, which is okay, but it's like, well, sometimes I just don't want to hear from people who think they're pros. We are definitely not pros. Well, I can only speak for myself.
I mean,
but
dude,
I
I'm totally,
will
I'm
never
totally
claim.
sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. I mean, didn't you know? Jeez.
Well, look, hey,
I think-
don't joke about that because if Wizards of the Coast wants to sponsor us,
If our little group can muddle our way through a game,
then it's
then
possible for
anybody
anyone.
can.
Yeah, that's the idea.
And that's what we're trying to show here. That's what this whole thing is about.
Yeah,
You're adding our tokens then, I assume, right? I just saw the map reload.
yeah.
Okay.
I just teamed meet. Very quickly.
Let me know when you're ready to continue. I've still got the music playing
Oh,
in the
god
background.
damn it. Well, okay, I guess it's good. So all my little art isn't there on the signs, but that's okay.
That's why we stream though, so we can capture all of your
All this
coloring within the
goodness.
lines.
Yeah, well, I'll add them again. Can you guys talk for like 5 minutes? I need just 5 minutes to edit something quickly.
All right,
Anybody got a
so you
topic
guys
of
might have noticed from the
conversation?
last stream that we have different avatars now. So I'm gonna zoom in here really close. If it doesn't log, damn it, it did it again. It logged me out. This fucking website does
I
not
love
like me
this.
today. There we go.
Yeah, we do. As DJ said, we have different avatars, which we've each created for our characters. Can we drop the link in the chat so that people have it?
Sky, that is you.
Sky
That's
will
your
know
cue.
where it
Okay, I'll try to find it.
It's Becca Fairway in our group chat.
I know.
This is how pro we are, guys. This is why we need to be. This is exactly why we exist on the internet. Is for your entertainment when we jack things up.
Found
I
it.
mean, mostly it's just us putting Sky on the spot a lot. So
That's what I like. That's the whole reason that we're doing this. Is my desire to just get Sky
You,
uncomfortable and make her bullshit.
you made me do a movie review
Yeah. Also, when it's a
when I
movie
had
review.
when I have slept like 2 hours in 24 hours or something.
It was great. It was very funny.
You know what? You are completely ready for like an all-night rave, then Sky. You would own everybody. Just saying. Just saying.
I mean, Sky is kind of my hero. So yes,
I'd go that far.
You just heard
You
it here.
wouldn't.
In
I
this
would.
case, so Haley's gonna be like Sky. I lead. There's gonna be like a Skywise fan club. Ooh, that would be awesome.
Oh, you didn't know that there already was?
Well, why the fuck wasn't I invited?
Because it's
I
only
don't know,
woman.
because we're pretty elitist.
Yeah, very elitist.
Oh.
I'm in
so
it.
What are you like, using homebrew
Okay.
classes or something?
What? Yeah.
We have something called the Sky Gender.
Oh,
Gender.
so it's LBGTQS.
Sky, yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, what was the did you? Oh yeah, we got the link. This thing's actually really cool. This the avatar creator. So you can go in, and it initially doesn't make any sense, at least not for me, because I've never used one. So when I went in there, you get to like, there's just so much variety. Like literally just the mouth alone in pixel art is like everything from, you can see this loudmouth character I have here, all the way down to just having a dot, where like it's just one pixel and that's your whole mouth, and you have to, it's like a cocktail straw that you speak through. But it's really cool. It's got all kinds of different things, and you can tell that even our characters, like even the two girls, they're like radically different. You can have like pointed ears, gray skin, like I've accessorized with like a belt and gauntlets and boots. I mean, it's a really neat thing. So if you guys check that link out and you guys are looking for some way to do like 8-bit art really quick, you maybe for a stream or for a Twitter channel or something, I highly recommend this. It's very cool.
That is.
Oh yeah.
I was
Oh,
only
but-
disappointed in the hair choices, but that's just me.
Yeah, the hair choice was a little weird. There was no spiked, and there's no bald guy. You can't have like a bald head.
Well, I was disappointed that there were like no like side shaves or anything.
Yeah, you and I could have totally rocked that.
I rock that currently.
So do I, technically, although mine's both sides. So
Yours is both sides, mine's just one.
So I've got
But I
like
did
a-
want
like
both sides.
like a
for,
shave low,
for
like a
Vicky.
halo that's shaved. No, never mind.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop that. No, nope, not funny.
Yeah. I mean, Vicky's hair is supposed to be like shaved on the sides, but long in the top and the back, because it's all one braid.
Is that why she has a scorpion hair?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's just long on one side. It's so long, it's become like dangerous.
It's totally dangerous.
Skywise, why'd you make yours look like the way you made yours?
I tried to make it look as much as I could like the old avatar picture I had.
That's fair.
All
From
the
what?
com-
Old Avatar from what?
Yeah, the picture I had.
Oh,
In the
oh,
first
okay.
episode.
Because I really liked how it looked, so I tried to make it look as much as I could.
Hey, Kiwi. Do we
Yeah,
have to keep
I'm nearly
talking?
there. I know.
Give him a
Because I
minute.
started to eat food, so I'm kind of out of this conversation now.
Well, don't bring me into it. I'm focusing on other
He's
things.
busy.
I'm busy.
checking.
Man, you are ruining the day.
So
Trust
yeah,
me, I
so
already
if
did 5 minutes
anyone
into
if
the
anyone
stream,
has any
so I'm already
questions, you
going
can either pop them in chat and we'll try to answer them as we go. Otherwise, you can tweet them to us at questcomplete_.
Yeah, it's a really good name for us to use.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, this I have to do for now. So I'm hastily drawing. What you guys will see.
You're drawing.
Drawing. I'm
like
a
that, you're
Kiwi,
drawing.
alright? I'm allowed to speak in this manner.
Like you're doing, like, was it like from Saturday Night Live skits? My name is Simon and I like to do drawings. You guys never seen
That's
that?
legitimately how Kiwis say drawing, though.
Yeah. Well, the character was actually supposedly Simon from, like, Australia or something.
Simon from Australia.
Seriously, go
Simon.
watch it. Go look at the Saturday Night Live skit called Simon. He's like, my name is Simon and I like to do drawings.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm just uploading this, so give me 1 minute, and then I'll be ready.
I'm just playing with cats.
You're just playing with cats. Sounds
I
like
think
a good
Sky's the
life.
only one allowed to say that publicly, and we don't think that she's like some weird, like, crazy lady living in a shoe.
Oh, I think that as well.
Who knows what happens in Finland?
Well, I
mean-
think that. I know that.
We live in
I've
New
been-
Zealand, so we all live in hobbit holes, right? So
Yeah.
Clearly, because Peter Jackson is your Lord Commander, I assume, right?
A Lord Commander? Sure.
yep, that's totally an official
That's our
title.
system of government. That's who we're voting. That's what our vote is for this weekend. Who's our Lord Commander?
I like how
And
our
I'm-
mod even
personally,
controls
I
what
am
we
voting
say.
for Peter
I'm
Jackson.
behind this mod 100%.
I would totally vote for Peter Jackson.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Depends on what his
Um,
policies were.
Okay, so you guys approach this.
Oh, hold on, let me turn the
This-
music off. Hang on. You gotta be... Come on.
Is the music still on? Well, I don't know. I just thought we were ready to go, BT. I just.
You
We're
assumed
back.
I asked if you were
incorrectly.
ready to go. All right.
We're ready. Well, I'm not, but I'm gonna be ready. So let's just go. You guys approach the. Where are we? Let's go to that.
We were in the
page.
garden, and all I did was we saw that. I'm sorry, in the courtyard, we noticed that there were gardens everywhere.
Wait for
and
me,
then
guys.
We took a break.
It's a little bit high pitch now. Right. Okay. Yes. So there is a stone. There's evidence of like cobblestone pathway like that's leading around the entire middle tower thing. So it's like a scenic like path almost. There's nothing of immense note in the courtyard, although I am going to just for lols. So for those that are watching, this D&D campaign is going to be a lot different than normal. So I'm using Game Maker MV to make my maps, right? You can use Roll20. Roll20 is free to use, although it is limited in making maps. You can buy assets and like get premium and all that bollocks, but I'm trying to make this easy. Game Maker, you can get some free versions if you have the money. I highly recommend buying like the MV thing. But you know, it's the internet. I'm not endorsing anything, but you know, if you're not going to stream anything and you're just having fun, just then work it out for yourself. But personally, I've purchased Game Maker MV, and that's what I'm going to be using to build stuff, which means that we have a lot of control over how things look. So things are going to change essentially over time and evolve and develop and that sort of thing. So this is a little bit roughly done at the moment, but let me. This is so professional. Let me.
Total
take you
Ultra
guys
Pro.
to-
We love you. We love you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't expect you guys to come here, but this is okay. We can do this on the fly.
Hey, you know what? You picked
You
this
picked
path,
it.
dude. You rolled a
Well,
d4
because
and
that
you
was-
picked your own poison.
Koati picked the path. Okay.
Well, then
It's
you only
fine.
get to
You're
blame
doing
your
great,
NPC
Kiwi.
for like being Skynet and thinking for us.
Yeah. Koati hasn't got godlike powers though. Koati just makes decisions. Poor decisions.
Poor decisions for the DM.
Anyway, there is a set of doors as you sort of traverse around the tower. There is a set of doors, basically where there is a door here on the overworld.
Okay. So that door
Over
that's on the map is representative of where the actual door is.
Sort of, except there are two wooden doors.
All right. So. Hey guys,
So
I found a
you
door.
You can choose to go in there
I'm waiting.
if you like, and if you do that, then I will drag you into this thing.
Well, I'm gonna ask him. Hey.
I will follow.
This outside looks pretty destroyed. I don't think. Do you guys see anything of any interest?
I'm still feeling pretty queasy, so I'm a little bit quiet.
Can I do one last inspection of the courtyard? Do I have to roll anything for that?
Yes. Roll investigation,
All right, I will do that.
and then tell me what it is, because I'm currently trying to hastily drag
I
him
got
in
a
and make it.
13 with and without
13.
advantage.
Okay. Well, you. Okay, you see evidence of How do I just describe this? you see a lot of broken pommels of swords that are sort of covered in undergrowth, I guess is the way to put it, like a whole bunch of dead leaves and vines, etc. And you sort of dig through those dead leaves and vines. And essentially, all over the courtyard, there are little bits of broken weapons. And you realize that the level that you're standing on, similar to like a Egyptian ruin, like IRL, where you're standing is actually probably like quite high up in the air. Like back then sort of thing. So like the more you dig into like the overgrowth, and even if you were to dig like in the dirt foundation, you would realize that what the courtyard used to be was probably a little bit lower than where you're standing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like I'm standing on
Kind of like Mayan pyramids.
Yeah, because like
like
everything's
it's
grown
over
over
time
it and
it's been
thick,
covered.
and like
Yeah.
the ground was lower than that because of the underbrush has grown over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you find a whole bunch of stuff, some carts and etc. There is nothing of use though. So everything is broken and rusted away. There's not really anything that you could pick up and use.
So aside from items we can use, oh, okay. Whoa.
I'm just gonna drag you guys in here.
Got it. We're going in, guys.
You guys are going to walk through the doors because that's you guys would do that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
And I will drag your tokens in here now.
You know what this
Now,
reminds me of? I want to take
why
like a
is it
Zelda
game-
bomb and like hit those cracks with it.
Well, this is the thing. So
Awesome.
maybe we'll have this conversation later on. So you guys walk in here. Let's move you guys. You guys should be able to control your little guys. But you walk in. The doors are rotten and sort of just very easily open away. And you are brought into this room. There are some more decorations. Like if I had more time, I'd make this prettier. But this is what you see right here is all that you need to see, right? Mechanics wise.
Okay.
There are like little bits and bobs, like broken curtains, even though there aren't any windows. There are bits of broken glass. There are barrels all over the ground, that sort of thing. So it's a little bit more like populated with items than it is that you can see, right? But this is what we've just got for now. A lot of the walls are broken, as you can see. There are 2 thrones sitting in the middle, 2 stone chairs. Depends on what you would call a throne. But they look like, I mean, they're so, they're still standing compared to everything else, which is strange. And they're not clean, but there's no damage to them, right?
What material are they made out
and
of?
thus, it's like very, very strong stone.
Okay.
You also notice that there is a step sort of pathway that goes down over here. So as a reference, whenever you see this, like these sorts of 1 square 3D thing, that means that you can go down a level or up a level.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll use ladders as well to signify that.
In this
to
case, it
know.
goes down.
In that case, it goes down. There is a ladder that I tried to add, but that is what was giving me problems. So I'm going to illustrate it, which is
Oh,
always
more
fun.
art. Hold on, I gotta zoom
beautiful.
in. I gotta see this. Oh yeah,
See, this is-
Kiwi art.
I feel so good because
It's good shit.
people can watch this and be like, he's not that good at this, and
Look at
I
this,
can
guys.
do this. And if that is you, then let me know, because I will feel proud and happy that I
Right here,
accomplished
Koati.
Most
something.
amazing art. I've zoomed in. We need to take a moment to absorb
Yeah,
this.
so that's the ladder. There we go. I just added some more detail.
Some more runs.
Some more rungs. Like Picasso himself, you just add little bits and bobs every now and then. Next week you'll come back and there'll be some more rungs. But yeah, that goes
Hold on,
upwards.
hold on.
Essentially.
I gotta wipe a tear. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
The floor is made out of a very it looks like very rough cobblestone here. But as you like, if you were to brush your foot underneath, it would sort of wipe away, and there appears to probably be what was once a very not ornate but a solid carved stone sort of floor. But it's sort of been covered over time with dirt and cobblestone.
How tall is the door? Do I
The
fit
door?
through it comfortably?
You would fit through the door
Okay.
comfortably.
Okay, so I don't have to duck through.
Yeah, Haley. As you walk through the doorway, you are brought back into the blue.
Oh, okay.
And you see in this massive room, it's a lot more populated. There are heaps of people about. It's very pretty. There's a lot of light. Everything's very ornate. Well, not ornate's the wrong word. It's busy with stuff. As in, it's not royal. You don't get a sense that this is like a royal throne room or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you get the sense that this is like the center of something. And there are a lot of people approaching the two sort of seats. And on the seats, it's hard because you sort of you see every now and then different people on the seats. So at first you see like a little goat man, not too dissimilar to Cody, but not Cody. And then you might see like a straight up human, which is strange. So just someone that you would be quite familiar with, or like a race that you'd be quite familiar with, and then elves, etc. So you're getting the sense that the blue that you're seeing is showing you different times, but there are always two sitting on the chairs, the stone chairs, and there seem to be people coming up to them and asking them questions. It's hard for you to hear though. You can't get any real detail from the voices. They seem to just be muffled, almost like if I was to turn the Discord channel on to like 1 kilobytes per second.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're that's how bad it's distorted.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you want to? If you look around, I can tell you more. But
Is I don't know. Is there? I'm trying to think. Can I see what the people were bringing them? Like, or were they just speaking to them?
Some of them are bringing what you gather are offerings, but they always leave with the offerings, so they are always refused. As in the two people on the thrones just don't take them. I mean, there are a lot of people around the thrones as well. A lot of people taking notes. When I say a lot of people, like one or two sort of people taking notes, writing down things. And essentially, after looking at this for a while, you get the gist that people approach the thrones, they have a conversation with the people on the thrones, an offering is made, the offering is rejected, and then something is written down on the bits of papyrus and scrolls and that sort of thing, which the people sitting around the throne are writing on. And then not only this, but you also see an awful lot of unique characters coming and going out of the room, not offering up anything, not going to speak to those on the throne, but rather going down the steps or up the ladder or that sort of thing.
Okay.
Everyone that goes down the steps and up the ladder seem to be very decked out in like adventuring gear.
So
members only
Felix,
access
right.
potentially. Okay, so am I seeing my companion still? Is this like a whole me
We're
between?
now out of the blue.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Can I try and concentrate and come out of the blue?
Yeah, you are out of the blue now.
Oh, I am out of the blue. Okay.
Yeah, you are sort of pulled out of it.
Okay. Do I feel crazy
you've noticed
again?
that since you've noticed that since you've exited the deep swamp, I think is what we called it. It's been like before. I mean, if you remember last session, you were able to get some control of it, a little bit. Except that seems to not be the case anymore.
Okay, so I
maybe
can't
you're just feeling a little bit
concentrate and
tired.
go. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's taking a lot out of me. Hi guys. I'm assuming I just appear next to them.
You have to pee?
Yeah. So, when you go into the blue, you just sort of freeze. For them.
You do know that we can't see you when you go to the blue thing. You just kind
you
of
just don't
like,
move. Yeah.
stop
I don't.
moving.
Yeah.
You get weird.
I don't know
just
what
stand
happens to me.
Your
when
eyes kind of roll
all
back in
this
your head. I
happens.
don't know. You twitch. You did like a little Watusi there for a second. I'm kidding.
I mean, like this whole thing is weird, but it's fine. Okay, so seats of power, usually two people. You always two people on them. People bringing offerings. Offerings are usually refused, and then other people who are obviously note takers.
Take notes.
Yeah, note takers writing down these events, I assume. Also, people who are decked out in armor and stuff heading down
dicked
those
out?
stairs
They're
or up
dicked
that
out.
ladder.
Is that a phrase that is
No,
used
decked out is.
outside of
I'm
New
just
Zealand?
making. I'm
Decked.
just being like dicked out. I'm like, what kind of
Yeah,
asshole is
they've got
this?
their dicks out.
What kind of asshole is this?
Everybody's got
Or
their
they
dicks
just walk
out.
around
DJ,
with
you're
your,
not
like,
even wearing
very
pants. Did you not even notice?
Seriously,
It's
I mean, if
basically
everyone's
a
got a
gay club.
cock and
You've
just
walked
walk
into a
around,
gay
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm so glad you saw that vision and not me.
So yes, so I don't know, maybe those areas are members only to some degree.
Koati looks confused, and he says, "I remember coming here."
Oh, do you?
I didn't think you said you hadn't been
Yeah.
anywhere here.
Well, he says, "Look, I can't remember very well, okay?" And he scratches his temple, as in like his head, um, and he seems to be struggling to remember. But he eventually gets it, and he says, "Yeah, my dad brought me here when something happened to the towel shop." Oh, that's right. Um, our towel shop was broken into by bandits when everything started to get a little bit crazy. And my dad brought me here, and we made an offering to try and get some help. Uh, that's all I remember, though.
So the people here would bring offerings to get help from whoever these people were, based on what you
I
say
think
and
so.
what the giant lady says.
Yeah.
So
big
if they were
woman.
refused for their offering, that means that they weren't helped. Okay.
Yeah.
still
We
sucks.
didn't. I can't remember.
I'm assuming this is before what you noted as being the reckoning.
I reckon. He seems confused by that question. He says, "The reckoning, the reckoning is hard to explain. It's not really. It didn't really happen at a point of time. I can't explain it.
Hmm,
Don't ask me any questions about it, please. Not yet."
that's okay. I will respect your decision in that.
So are we
Well, what
going
can
up
you
or
tell
down?
us?
Sky's to the point. Up or down? Well,
this
Sky,
whole
as you
thing
say
is
this,
it's
Sky-
so weird.
Sky, as you say this, your attention is brought to the vines which have crept their way into the building,
Mm-hmm.
and you approach one of them, and you feel tempted to reach out. Sure, yeah, I'll draw that. Here we go. Woo.
Beautiful.
There we go. I don't know why I did the
love
sound
it.
effects of the vine, but yeah.
It just grew really quickly in that spot just then.
So there's a vine there, and I hope DJ's capturing all of this. Are you? DJ, are you there? Hello?
Oh, I'm here, all right.
Okay.
I had to step away for a second.
And
We're
you-
gonna
you
look at
reach
this
out and
green
you
lightning
touch-
bolt thing. This is like the Green Goblin of vine lines. This is like a
You
bad
touch
dating
the
site
vine.
icon.
You touch the vine, you know?
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
And you hear a voice. Hello?
Hello?
Hi? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile.
And now we've gone
That-
full
that doesn't
opera.
happen.
This is no longer Dungeons and
That doesn't
Dragons
happen.
stream. We break out with song and
No,
dance.
it's
This is actually
canon now.
Bollywood.
That happened.
We lost Sky. Sky's down, everybody. Somebody send an emergency vehicle to
We have a sky
Finland.
down in Sector 4. There are vines all over the place. Someone bring in a hazmat team.
And I want you to know. I don't know how the lyrics go. I think I'm
That
getting
is a
close.
highlight if
3
there ever
a.m..
was one.
Everything's so funny.
Oh,
Oh,
that was beautiful.
Give me credit. I think it would still be funny at 5 p.m.
So we're doing Quest Complete Live, the musical, in 2 weeks.
Oh, don't promise
I
that.
mean, I had a good laugh at it, and it's just after 12, so...
Yeah. Okay. So Sky, you reach out and it says hello, and you say hello, and well, it's up to you now. You've got to carry on this conversation.
Wait, am I actually talking to a vine?
Yeah, a bind. Well, I don't know. You ask it. I can't
Well,
answer your
I was-
questions.
I was more like asking myself
Okay.
if I was
right.
actually talking to a vine right now. Oh wow. Like
I'm not
everything's
really
so
a
weird.
vine. Oh, do you want to stop talking, or you can just talk over me if you want? I mean, I'm just a vine.
Wait, are you a vine or aren't you a vine?
Well, I'm sort of like I'm like a part of a system of vines.
Okay.
How can I be talking with you?
I
How
have
am I
no
talking?
idea.
Since
Because
when
all of
can
us
I
have done a lot of
think?
drugs.
Is Sky talking out loud?
What is consciousness?
Ooh,
The
philosophy
vine seems
plant.
to be having a
Oh god,
a moment.
philosophy
An
questions.
existential crisis.
Well, I would think that
Why
a
isn't?
vine.
No, okay, don't worry. I'm not gonna say that. Carry on. Carry on.
Okay, this is weird, but well, a lot of weird shit has happened, so fine.
You're
I'm
telling
talking
me
to a vine then.
I didn't exist 10 seconds ago, and now I do.
You didn't exist.
I don't know how to explain it. I just wasn't, and then now I am.
Okay.
I think I'm a vine.
Can you tell me anything about this place, or did you actually just appear 10 seconds ago?
Oh, I didn't appear. I've been here for a while, but I haven't been sentient for a while, for very long, right? So you get you get the feeling that by touching it, you've almost brought a different sort of life into it, you know. Like it was a vine, so it was alive, but
But it didn't.
it's a different sort of like you've animated it almost. And it's a little bit confused, but it says, I can see many things. Do you want me to show you?
Sure.
And just like that, you are brought into a your vision changes to a green, sort of over hue, similar to what you saw when Vicky took you into the blue, right? Except everything's got a much more greener tinge to it. And you see... Oh, okay. Yeah, you go ahead.
Oh, so it's so. Why is everything so weird?
What is it that we see, by the way, just so we know? What is Vicky and DJ seeing while
She just seems to be standing, well, like crouching still, touching the vine.
And we didn't hear her say any of this?
No.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna look at Vicky, and I'm like, you see how she's just crouching over there randomly, like for no fucking reason? That's exactly what you do every time you suddenly have a weird vision. So
Well,
what the fuck is with
maybe
you two?
she's having a weird vision.
Okay, fine, whatever.
So-
I'm done with these visions that I can't see. I'm gonna go sit on the chair.
Poor
Fuck this. And he goes and pouts.
It's not even aligned properly. That sums up my DMing style. DJ's sitting on the chair, but he's sitting on like the. Oh, that's amazing.
He's sitting on the arm of
There.
the chair. He's not even sitting
I'm
in it.
standing on it, so I feel important, damn it. Because I'm a dwarf.
Anyway, so okay, Sky, you look around. Well, you don't so much as look around as you're forced to look around. It's like you're seeing through the eyes of something else. And you look at this room that you are currently in, and you look down and you see yourself touching the vine. And
Well,
you
that's
look around.
freaky.
You see Vicky, you see DJ like climbing on top of the throne chair thing. And then you see a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's all very confusing because you see layer upon layer of things, like visions, essentially. Again, you see something pretty similar to what Vicky described earlier on. People would come up to the thrones, they would offer something up, people would take notes, then the people would leave with the offerings after the offerings were rejected. However, you see that for just a moment, and then eventually you see, over time, a whole bunch of different people on the thrones, until just one person is on the throne. The other throne has been pushed to the side, and there's just one individual on the throne. And he's smiling. And he gets up off the throne and turns to you, and seems to be surprised. And then you're brought out of the green. And you sort of come back to realization that you're touching a vine. How was that?
Freaky, but awesome.
Yeah. He wasn't really a nice guy, I think.
Did that person actually see me, though?
I don't know how this works.
Hey, don't feel bad, goat. I don't fucking know how it works either. All I know is I got two
It's not
crazy
the
ones.
goat talking,
the
it's
vine.
the vine.
We can't hear this.
Fool.
DJ.
Talking to the
The
goat.
goat's
No,
like,
I'm literally
"Hi,
talking
I'm
at the goat
Koati." And the
because I don't
vine's
know what's
like,
going on,
"Hi,
and I know the goat's
talk a
thinking the
little
same
bit
thing.
Lower, like I talk like a
Shy
kid.
plant is shy.
Yeah, shy plant. Shyla plant. That's its name. Shyla plant.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
Just do it. The plant.
Do it. Give me one goat. Do it.
He's like, shut up. Okay.
Cast of characters: Cody and Shyla Plant.
Shyla
Shia
plant.
LaVine.
Yeah.
That's the French
anyway.
version.
So yeah, you're brought out of your green trance like thing. But you can still talk to the plant, obviously, if you like, or the vine.
Okay, that happened. Can you tell me anything more?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really work like that. You've got to ask me questions. I can't just tell you everything I know. I've just sort of learned everything pretty quickly.
Well, do you know what this place is?
It's like how that thing with Bran in Game of Thrones works. If you've watched Game of Thrones. If not, this is a pretty useless analogy. But like
I still haven't watched
he's
Game
gotta
of
like know
Thrones.
what he's searching for. Maybe you should do a Sky's movie review on it. I would listen to that. The vine says to you.
How do you even know what Game of Thrones is? You're a vine.
Don't. You gotta be more direct with your questions. You can't just ask me questions like that.
Sure. Do you know what this place is?
Yes. Give me one moment. And the vine buffers for a second.
It buffers.
And then this vine is like
What is
your
this? Like
Google
like
now.
like 4K Netflix? Come on.
Yeah.
It's letting you play the T-Rex game while it buffers.
And the vine comes back to you and says, "This place used to be, I think what they called an adventurers guild.
Oh, so it actually your skull. Adventure skull.
Well, it's sort of like you know, that there's like merchants guilds and stuff. This is like this particular guild's name wasn't the Adventurers Guild because they would be a little bit, you know, not very creative. But like it's like what it is an Adventurers Guild. Does that make sense?
Sure. Just as much sense as everything else here.
Yeah, I understand. Basically, professional adventurers such as yourself, would come and work for the people that ran this particular adventurers guild. Although the people that ran this adventurers guild was run in the very old traditional way, not the modern way. As you can see by the thrones, always 2 guild masters there were. Always 2 there are.
What is this fucking goat?
Except that last one there was only one.
Yeah, that's when everything bad started to happen, and the adventurers left, and at the end it was just him. And then when he left, that's when we moved in.
Okay.
Anyway, it's been good talking to you, but I have to go now.
Yeah, I'm just going to back away now.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Wow,
Bye.
that was great. That was a really good interaction.
Vicky, help!
What?
Yes.
I
What?
fucking talked
You've been
to
staring at a
mine.
fucking hole for 5 minutes.
You talk to the vine?
Oh god, never mind. Hey, goat, do you have anything to drink that's alcoholic on you, like that milk you had earlier? I really could use a drink.
Sure.
Thank you.
Let me get out my my goat milk that you had earlier on. And he gets out a bottle of his goat milk, and you drink that, and it's delicious.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. The only thing that makes sense in this fucking world is what's in this cup. You are a godsend.
Yeah, but
Oh,
like then the vine showed me like the same type of vision that you had, except like screen instead of blue.
Yep,
agree.
definitely need more of the goat milk. I don't have fucking green and blue vision. I'm a dwarf, apparently.
DJ, as you say this, you get a weird feeling. Yinna and Vicky, you see DJ just pause.
Oh fuck, not him too.
Can I walk over to DJ and wave my hand in front of his face?
Yeah, he's not responding.
I like how you
DJ,
just
DJ,
laughed.
DJ, you look around and you see it's strange. Like you've listened to Vicky and Yinna have these conversations about these visions that they're seeing, but yours doesn't appear to be. It doesn't appear that it's like theirs. In fact, you don't really see anything so much as you feel things. You feel immense joy and excitement. You feel trepidation. You feel a sense of beginning. And then you feel a sense of concern and impatience, and then a sense of danger. And then finally a sense of greed and lust for power, not like sexual lust, although you can interpret it that as that if you like. And then finally you feel empty. And when I say you feel, I mean you feel these things as if they were yours. But when I say you don't look or you can't see, when you sort of like turn your attention to parts of the room that you're in, that is when you feel those things. So like
for
you could
example,
almost say that you do see it, but it's different. It's like it's a different sort of vision.
So
type
for
thing.
me, if I were to, I guess, explore these feelings, like if I were to walk towards the chair,
Sure.
does a certain one of those moods feel stronger than the others?
Definitely. Right now,
So
you're
we'll start with
feeling an
this chair
immense
here that I
amount
was
of-
standing on. I'm not standing
You're
on it,
feeling
but
an
that's the
im-
one I'm approaching.
Yeah, you feel an immense amount of lust and also fear at the same time. So you get the sense that something or someone has dominated that seat sometime or some. I mean, you haven't had as much experience with these sorts of visions as Yina and Vicky, but you can sort of get the sense that it could be a time thing, but it could also be like a future thing. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's really confusing, but you get the sense that at the same time, somewhere in the spectrum of time and space, something has dominated this chair that has lusted after power, achieved it, and then has been dominated by fear.
So then, do I still have the alcoholic goat milk in this particular sequence? The reason I have a
What do you
specific
mean?
reason for asking.
Well, okay. The best way to describe this sort of vision type realm that you're in, DJ, is that you're not moving. Your
Okay.
attention is being brought to things, or rather, you are taking your attention to things. So you could like look at your arms, but they're not there, sort of thing. Like you can't see anything in this
Okay,
scenario.
I can just simply focus my attention, sort of thing. Like
On
if I were to
things.
turn, I would be able to sort of like in my mind, I would have to remember what the room looked like, and then sort of turn where I think whatever these objects are, because I'm effectively blind.
Well, it's
right?
not so much turning; it's just you would just put your attention like mentally on that thing. So you know,
Okay.
you could be blindfolded, or like forced. Well,
Oh, so I'm
you
like
know.
envisioning in my mind these objects, and when I envision those objects, then I would get this feeling. So okay,
Yes.
okay. So then I'm going to. So in my mind, I've envisioned this one particular chair here. If in my mind's eye I turn and envision this one, what do I feel? I mean, it's disorienting
Love,
as hell,
joy.
but
Yeah. It feels very different. Love, joy, happiness, all at once. You get the feeling that, I mean, these are just these emotions that you feel change regularly, and don't stay the same. But the dominant feeling on that chair is of like love and friendliness and kindness and joy. And you get the feeling that both of these chairs are polar opposites. That usually throughout, I mean, you're assuming that it's history that you're sort of feeling now, but you assume that throughout history, the things that have sat on these chairs have been polar opposites of each other and have sort of been in balance with one another.
this is gonna be
Until
very
you
jarring
lose
for
all
him.
feeling in that chair. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is very strange for you.
Yeah, this is gonna come off as very jarring, and like, it's almost like I'm like blinking as if I want to like close my mind's eye, but since you can't really do that, like I'm like now my mind starts to wander because I'm trying to like shake this, but the only thing it can recall is like other things and places I've been. Like I mean, at some point, like Cody's house flashes in his mind, like
Yeah.
the
Well, when that happens, you are overcome with immense sadness.
all right, like
Like stronger even than the emotions that you felt in this room.
it's gonna have to. This he's gonna. I guess this is almost as if it's like a psychic attack, and that's sort of the way I'm gonna treat it. Like
Yeah, it'll definitely hurt you. Like
he's
you're
not
getting thrown
like this
these
is gonna
emotions.
cause him to buckle. Like in his own mind's eye, he's gonna like drop to his knees.
Yeah, and as you
like,
do
just
that, you are brought
out of
out of
weakness.
this.
Okay. And then he just like
And,
he wakes up and he's like sitting on his hands and knees in this room.
Yeah,
And
Vicky and you know you see DJ basically, not reappear, but you know like within an instant he's gone from just standing there to on his knees.
and he's dropped the mug of like the alcoholic goat milk. It's now spilled because he's using his hands to brace himself. And he's like breathing
okay?
heavily and like blinking a lot. As if he's like trying to like clear his vision or make sure where he's at is still here. But he seems completely worn out. Like drained.
Hmm.
What the fuck was that?
I don't
He's
know
like,
what
"Oh, like,
happened.
I don't know. It was like everything went black, like dark, and like there was just all these weird like emotions that just like I don't know. It was like I was having like therapy with a terrible therapist. It was awful. Like one moment it was like hatred, the next it was like joy, the next it was like I don't know, like just I don't know, like despair. I don't know how to describe it. But like anytime like any of this shit that I saw, like it kept swirling around and changing depending on what I was imagining or whatever. And then he finally just like lays on his back and turns over and just kind of like staring at the ceiling because he's just so worn out from this. Like, it's just physical exhaustion. It's like when you cry yourself to sleep sort of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, and Vicky, this is certainly not strange to you. You can probably get a sense of what he's feeling. Although I would definitely say for DJ, it's much more taxing because it's emotional, as opposed to seeing things or communing with plant life.
That all sounds pretty overwhelming. So let's take a few.
Yeah.
And let you
Where's
catch your breath, so to speak.
Fuck. He knows
Cody approaches you with Cody approaches you, and he proffers up a bar, like a muesli bar in a wrapper.
Oh my god.
And it's branded as Cody's Tell Shop muesli bars.
I don't know what this is.
He's obviously expanded.
Granola bar? Is that what it is in America? Granola bars?
Oh, right. Is muesli bar not a thing in America?
No, it's
Really?
fine, a granola bar, but I got the impression.
It's like you unwrap it and there's like a whole bunch of like mushed together grains and raisins and berries and things.
Yeah, granola.
All covered in a very delicious honey coating.
Thank you.
What can I say? I branched off. Business was tough. You got to work with what you got. Towels weren't doing it, so one day I tried to do muesli bars. I'll be honest, it's not working fantastically either. But you know, that's probably due to the fact that I live all alone with no other life forms anywhere close to me. And the owls don't really have any currency, so that's probably why I'm not doing so well. I've never really thought about it, to be honest.
He quietly thanks the
Cody just seems to go off on his own tangent about business.
DJ climbs to his feet and just sort of like slides over and kind of leans against it. He's still sitting on the floor, but he uses the bottom part of the chair as like a backrest. And he eats the granola bar and, thanks the goat. And it's very genuinely appreciative, but it's, when you guys look at him, it looks as if he just got done running like a race. Like he physically looks exhausted from something that clearly should not have physically exhausted him.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was, guys. If that's what you guys are experiencing, I don't know how you guys are still fucking walking.
I mean, you
I
just
did not feel any feelings.
So, let me get this straight, you three. Vicky, if I may call you that. Yeah, okay, I'll call you Vicky. Cody seems to be struggling every now and then by, like, using your name. But Cody says, so Vicky, you talk about a sort of blue haze and being able to see what exactly? If you were to sum it up, Cody says. Are you there?
Sky?
Vicky? DJ?
I'm still here. I can hear you. Marco?
Yeah, I'm here as well.
Haley?
She may have had some internet iffiness.
She might. Technical difficulties.
It's okay. Hey, at least it wasn't me this time.
So, Sky, Yenich, you say that you saw like a green haze when you touched and communed with the vine.
I guess I talked to the vine, and then the vine asked if it could show me something.
Right. So you seem to be able to commune with plant life. DJ, you seem to talk about emotions or something?
Yeah, that's about all I can sum it up as. There was nothing there. There was no light. There was no color. It was just darkness.
And then Vicky, you seem to be lagging.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh.
I dropped out.
So
And
Vicky's
Kiwi
power
gets
is lag.
stuffed.
No, my internet just shat itself, so I just
It's okay.
dropped. Everything just dropped out. Okay. What was the question?
So Koati has gone around in a circle and has been like, oh, so DJ can like feel emotions and shit. And Yina goes, Yina can like commune with like plant life, right? And then he's like, and you can what? You get like a blue haze and
Yeah, it seems to be passages or periods of time.
yeah. This is strange.
You're telling me.
You guys say that my world is strange. Wherever you
the
guys
Talking
come from
Goat
must be
is saying
crazy.
this is strange.
Oh, no,
It
this
is
is the
strange,
weirdest
I'll admit.
shit any of
This
us
is
have ever
so weird.
experienced. Yeah, what she said.
Anyway, this place looks to be safe. Maybe? Maybe we should set up camp here for the night, as Cody points to the sky, which you can see like through the gaps of the wall. Oh, hang on. Cody has indigestion. Oh, just give me one moment.
Take a moment.
Oh, it's those muesli bars. We pack a lot of stuff into those. So maybe we should rest up here for the night before we go anywhere else. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure where anywhere else is because everything seems to have changed and I can't remember very much. So Cody basically suggests that maybe it's a good idea to rest up before we head off anywhere else.
I might make a
yeah.
suggestion that this big giant open room may not be the grandest. Is there smaller? Is there any? I mean, I'm curious. Does anyone see any doors? I just see holes, walls, and that sky.
Ladders.
There's a ladder and a staircase. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm too tired to
So-
move at the moment.
You can explore one of these bits before we end the session, essentially.
Up to you, ladies.
So, like,
I'll just follow you. I'm.
Are you gonna talk to the vine again? Sure.
I was thinking about it.
You touch the vine and you hear a
Hi.
It's like a dial-up sound. And then you hear a hello, hello.
Hi.
Oh, it's you again.
Yeah, do you know what's upstairs and what's downstairs? Like, is there like a smaller room somewhere?
Well, no, because that would be, well, I mean, all the floors are the same size because, I mean, it's a tower. It's not like a pyramid or anything. But if you go upstairs, let me have a quick look. Yeah, if you go upstairs, there are a bunch of, like, hard to explain. There are a bunch of, like, bedrolls, is what you would call them. It's all in one big room, though.
Thanks.
There used to be walls, it seems. I mean, to be honest, you are like a few feet away from the ladder. I don't know why you just don't climb up the ladder and go up there yourself.
Just because I wanted to know, should I go
I'm
up
Google,
or down?
but I'm not fucking CCTV. Well, if you go down, that's when it gets more interesting, you see. I mean, look, it's hard to explain because everything's just a ruin. That's essentially what every level's going to be. It's just a ruin. I don't seem to have. I don't.
Okay. Bye.
Look, I need to go have my dinner. Bye-bye.
Well, the wine says that there's bedrolls upstairs.
Huh. That sure feels more comfortable, or sounds more comfortable than this fucking stone chair I'm sitting against.
Just bedrolls? Maybe.
Well, there is some other stuff too, but I mean, you have to go upstairs to find out.
I mean, it's a ladder. Are you going to be okay climbing? Like, you're not too tired, DJ?
Well, how about this? How about if I fall, you stand behind me and catch me? Because you're like 12 foot tall. Can't you just push me up the ladder? I'm kidding.
mean,
Yeah, you
yeah,
could probably
or
just
I
grab
was
him and like toss
That
him.
would be fine. And then he quotes
Toss-
Lord of the Rings and
toss the
says, "No
door."
tossing the dwarf." Yeah, I'll be fine.
Or maybe a couple of us could go up and grab some bedrolls and then come back down.
Sure.
We've
Maybe
all
you
just
wanna
had
do-
the feels. Let's go up the ladder and see where the feels go, he says sarcastically.
Okay. All right, DJ, you start to make your way up the ladder. Yenna starts to make her way up the ladder as well.
I will follow.
And yeah. And there is no visual for this yet. There will be. Oh, sorry, why am I moving Vicky? There will be a visual though next week. But essentially, it is the same layout as this room here. But there just appear to be, I would say, a good 5 bedrolls on sort of like a collection of straw, not a mattress, but like a really hastily, just really lazily done, like a whole bunch of straw just to pad out the cobblestone floor, you know? And there appear to be bedrolls on each of those, and there's about 5 on each side of the floor, so there is 10 bedrolls altogether. There are also a bunch of barrels knocked over. There appear to be bits of fruit coming out of those barrels.
Is the fruit edible or rotted?
It's definitely edible, and none of it looks terribly rotting. Oh, actually, no. You pick up one, and it's very obvious that they are all pretty much rotten. You know, as this happens, as you pick up an apple, you turn it over, and you get a hello.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hello, hello again.
Hi.
This thing seems to be rotten. Do you want me to fix that for you?
If you could.
Okay, and in an instant, the dark, rotten apple that you're holding in your hand turns to a lush, strong, like a lush and firm apple. And this happens to a few of the other apples on the ground as well.
Do
And,
I see this happen?
Yeah. You see this happening in real time. And you hear the voice, Yenna, go, I'm pretty tuckered out from doing that, so I'm gonna go and rest for the night. I suggest that you guys get some rest too. You guys
Yeah.
feel really tired.
We are really tired. Has been some fucked up day.
Oh,
Well, I wouldn't
that
know.
is such an understatement.
Anyway, be careful not to eat anything other than the apples that I've fixed for you, okay?
Yeah, we'll be careful. Thanks.
Oh, also, no, don't worry, you'll find that out yourself. It would be
What?
stupid for
Wait,
me
what?
to nothing. Bye-bye. Bye.
Tell me.
And the vine just goes away.
Oh god. Well, a couple of these apples are fixed now. We can actually eat them.
I would
good.
love to eat them.
There are about 7 apples.
And he
How did
actually
you do
passes
this?
out.
Sorry, hello?
The vine did it.
Uh-huh.
It just asked me if I would like them to
Keep going,
fix
Sky.
them.
Trying to explain.
Interesting. Nikki just picks up an apple and bites into it.
It's delicious.
DJ has
Yeah.
passed out on one of the bedrolls. He does
I'm
not
I'm just
partake
going
in
to
the
put a
apple
couple
because he
of the
just said,
apples next to DJ.
For later.
Yeah.
Koati says, thank goodness, because I had just run out of soup and muesli bars.
Oh, that was lucky then, wasn't it?
they were
I will
so
save
heavy
this other
earlier, and
apple
now
for
he doesn't have
breakfast, I
any.
suppose.
Oh. Yeah, you guys each have enough for 2, and Cody will just take 1.
All right.
So yeah, you guys settle down. I mean, they're not terribly comfortable, but you haven't been to sleep in some time, so it's comfortable enough.
Can I put 2 bedrolls together because I'm so tall?
Sure, yes, that's a good point. Yeah, or else it would just be like your like upper half on a bedroll, and
It
then
would be
like
like
your
one
feet
arm.
on the
She needs like
stone
5 of
ground.
them, one for her torso and one for each limb.
Yeah, so you put one bedroll under the
not
other
that
and
tall.
like lengthen out, and it's more comfortable for you now.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, starts to. Oh my lord, whoa, ooh, you guys are really tired. And it starts to get darker outside. And you guys are so tired, you fall asleep pretty quickly. And you dream of wonderful things. You dream of fields of wheat and sugar cubes and all the good things in life. And hard drugs.
Hard drugs.
but yeah, and that's where we're leaving off. Sugar cubes, fields of wheat, and hard drugs. That ends the session for today.
Excellent. We didn't die.
Good work,
It's a
everybody.
good start.
Yeah, yeah.
Kiwi hasn't killed us yet.
So for those who are wondering, who are like, I want a DM one day. Usually, in most D&D campaigns, by now they would have been in combat. For sure. Like, would have had like a very stereotypical, like, the goblins attack you from the forest, or something like that.
You have to
But,
clear out the basement of giant rats.
Yeah, something like that. But usually in D&D campaigns, your character has a backstory, and they know the world and like how their magic and shit works.
Also, they have equipment.
They have tools and equipment. But with this
And
campaign,
weapons.
it's unique in that these guys have started with nothing. They don't really know what their bodies are, and they don't really know. I mean, if you didn't get it already, these characters are just an extension of our players. So that's why we talk about real life stuff sometimes, and why DJ asks for guns and that sort of thing. So these characters don't have backstories because their backstory is their player's life, sort of thing. Which also means, because they've not started with any items and no knowledge of magic or anything, if I was to put them in combat, they would die.
We
'Cause
would
level
die
one,
so hard.
level ones are already weak, but level ones was absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Yep, makes for an interesting
It
stream
so
if we all
did.
fucking get party wiped on the first stream.
But yeah, okay. So that was good. How do we want to? Oh, we should probably end the stream with some housewarming, some house keeping things. So if anyone's watching, for whoever's watching, go follow us on Twitter, which is at questcomplete_. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
That's our Twitter. Go follow our Twitch, which you are probably on if you're listening to this or watching this on Twitch. Just follow that. Press the follow button. It's free. And if you are listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, press the subscribe button and like our video and comment with a nice comment. Don't be mean, or else I will work you into the story and make you a villain. Actually, no, that's a prize, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I will come
You'll
to your
be
house
the-
and kill you.
You'll be dead
Wow.
NPC
Jesus.
number 3.
From one, you're like, we'll make you a villain. We'll make you a character in the story too. I will murder your fucking ass twice.
Yeah. Although I
mean,
don't
it
mean
can
that.
always be
Don't
that-
take that seriously.
Yes, do not.
You'll be
take
the
him
NPC
seriously.
that shows up for 2 seconds and then gets killed by a goblin because
He's a red
that's
shirt.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
red shirt.
So follow our, and if you want to find our YouTube, which is where all of these streams are uploaded to, because Twitch only keeps them for a certain amount of days. It's just Quest Complete. Just search up Quest Complete, and it's pretty simple to find. Like if you search it under channels, it'll come up. But also, if you're on our Twitch, there are links to everything in like a little banner system, which we done. So I'm pretty sure you can just click on the YouTube one, right, Sky? And
Yep.
it takes you to the YouTube. Follow us on Tumblr as well, where we where we sometimes reblog stuff.
Are you
Tumblr is
seriously
quite a
on
good
Tumblr?
resource. Yeah, Tumblr is a good resource for new DMs and current DMs because there's a lot of like really talented people on Tumblr, and we will reblog those talented people. Also, join our Discord server and talk to us there. A lot of people have already joined. We've had 10 users from the link that's on Twitch. So again, you can like scroll down on Twitch and there's a little link to Discord, or you just click on the Discord picture. But already 10 people from our stream have joined up through that link, which is good.
Nice.
Thank you guys.
So that's where we do like our community stuff and we have fun and that sort of stuff. What else is there? Our podcast was supposed to be out today, but it's taking a little bit longer. So we've got 2 podcasts that are coming soon. By soon, I mean I don't want to make any promises because I just don't know when it's going to happen.
It takes a lot of work though, and
does,
Kiwi's been working super, super hard on it to get it ready in time for you guys.
Yeah,
so just be
so
patient.
it will be soon.
It'll be out.
Yeah, if you guys have ever done
within,
any sort of
like,
editing or anything
good
before,
time.
trust me, it's a
It's
painstaking process. Like
Mm-hmm.
and audio editing, I think, is even harder than video because in video there's a visualization and you can use those sorts of cues. But with audio, it's
But that's why you should follow our Twitter because we'll
Yes.
update you on Twitter. Twitter is the best way. Well, Discord is the best way to get in touch with us, but Twitter's the best way to like get easy updates. And what else is happening?
Thank you guys for the hosts, Urban and Steven. Thank you guys for the hosts. Urban
Oh
and Steven.
yes, did people host us? I haven't looked at Twitch at all. So yeah, massive thank you to those guys who have hosted us. We love you. And yeah, like start talking to us as well. If you watch our stream, then I'm amazed and I love you very much. And start telling us like if you're comfortable with it. Like tell us who you are, why you watch, and like, you know, who knows? Maybe
I mean, Steven, I've been watching Steven's streams 1.5
Yeah, maybe we
years
might
now
have
and been a mod for him as vlog.
maybe we might have Stephen the Apple turn up. Who knows?
No, teacup. Teacup.
Teacup.
Teacup,
Yeah.
Stephen
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Teacup.
he needs to be a teacup. Oh my
Right.
god, make it happen.
Well, then we might need
Hashtag
another player
Stephen
to be
Teacup.
like the person who communicates with porcelain or something. But anyway, so yeah, we want to hear from you guys. Even if like you're listening to this in the future, we still want to hear from you, unless a Saudi prince has donated $1 billion. In which case, I'm probably in like France with my own villa and not listening to anything in the world and just drinking wine and eating cheese and eating olives.
That's the goal. That's the
That's-
the whole goal of
that's
this
the
whole
goal.
The goal is
It's
French
Saudi
wine
Prince
and cheese.
sponsorship.
I want to clarify.
Saudi Prince sponsorship. But yeah,
Saudi
thanks
Prince.
for the guys who have followed. Thanks for the guys who have hosted us. What else is there? Thank you to our mods, whoever is in the mods chat at the moment.
Princess Kiara was
I think
here.
Kira's
Yeah,
there.
definitely thank you to all of our friends who have been boosting us on Twitter
Yes.
and all of our friends who have let us know over the last couple of days. I know I've had a few people who have let me know that they've either watched the episode or have started watching the last week's episode. Oh, well, you know, last episode that we made. So
Yeah.
that's been awesome and really heartwarming. How many people have even just approached just to say that they were watching or that they had plans to and stuff. It's been awesome.
It
So
is.
thank you guys for your support.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and,
especially, and I can, on that piece, like a lot of times when a stream's starting off, it's very difficult. So having that positive feedback is amazing, and we really super appreciate it. I know it's hard to sort of communicate that sentiment just through us talking here, but the four of us will sit back in between streams because the four of us also play in another campaign elsewhere on the internet, and we'll mention just how that feedback sort of makes us want to do more for this, like the Instagram thing, the Tumblr, whatever, all the different outlets and
Promise
formats that we're
Instagram.
on. It motivates us to do that because we get positive feedback from you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, especially me. Like I'm totally new to streaming, and just reading like one person's like feedback is like it makes my day. It makes me just like overjoyed with embarrassment and joy at the same time.
So give us comments so we can make Kiwi cry on stream next time.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
not
Maybe we need a segment for that where we just read comments out to Kiwi
and
and see if we can
emails.
make
Oh,
it right.
email us at what's our email? I want if people are actually like listening, watching at this at any time, I want to start getting crazy emails. If you are 12 years old and you watch our stream, email us. I want to
God.
read out your really shittily written emails and laugh at them.
Wow,
So please
shots
do that.
fired.
I want those emails.
Wow.
I want those emails. Yeah.
You heard them, boys. Send them emails.
To Quest Complete. What's our email? We should put that on Twitch.
Let's
We'll put it on
complete
Twitch
live
at
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. That's where we'll leave it. We will be doing this again in 2 weeks' time. But before that, the podcast should appear. And yeah, if you wanna hear more of us, then join our Discord and like get involved and stuff. And yeah, all good. Anyone else have a last word of
I have one more thank you, and that is to you, Mr. Kiwi Fruit.
Oh,
Thank
don't
you
thank
for
me.
putting up with our shit.
Thank you for putting up with my shit. And
Get a
Great
golf
job,
clap.
honestly.
yeah. Also, if you're in New Zealand, go vote before Saturday.
Yes,
And that's
please
where
do.
we're going to end it. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Cut stream.
I'm doing it. Give me a second. I gotta click buttons.